Welcome to the Fantasy Audiobook. Job Transfer for All, a 10,000-fold amplification system for awakening at the beginning. Chapter 61. After waiting for 30 seconds, Yi Chen was immediately teleported to the 6th ring. As soon as Yi Chen arrived at the 6th ring, he found the Gale Tiger not far away roaring towards him. 50 level 28 ordinary monsters and 1 level 28 elite monster. Yi Chen has also discovered a pattern. Every time a level is passed, the level of the monsters in the next level will increase by 1 level, and the number of ordinary monsters will increase by 10. Yi Chen stood directly on the spot, drew his bow and shot an arrow. Boo hoo hoo. Golden arrows flew like rain towards the group of Gale Force Tigers ahead. Yi Chen's attack power was over 40,000, plus the attack power of God's arrow was over 30,000, and the total attack power had exceeded 75,000. Each arrow's normal attack can do more than 200,000 damage. The total life of a level 28 Gale Tiger does not exceed 100,000. It is simply a Gale Tiger with 1 arrow. Even the elite Gale Tiger captain cannot withstand an arrow. The running Gale Tigers fell down one by one. At this time, Yi Chen's shield formed by the power of weeping blood had a health value of millions. Even if the Gale Tiger had 100 times more shields, it would not be able to pose any threat to him. The damage they caused was less than a fraction of Yi Chen's shield. In less than 10 seconds, all the Gale Tigers fell down. Although Yi Chen couldn't gain experience points because the monster level was too low, it didn't hurt. The reward for first place in the freshman trial was Yi Chen's goal. At the same time, the values on the ranking list are updated again. Yi Chen, the time it takes to clear the 6th ring, 8 seconds, the current copy points, 4,000 points, the current ranking, 1. At this time, the instructors in the monitoring room of the dungeon hall were all numb. From clearing the 9th ring to clearing the 6th ring, except for the 1 minute and 30 seconds of waiting for the transmission, Yi Chen spent a total of less than 30 seconds. Every step has broken the historical record of the freshman trial of Gouda University, and the record was broken with an absolute advantage and a crushing attitude. It is basically impossible to meet a record-breaking student next time. This has reached the limit of human beings. Watching Yi Chen strolling leisurely in the courtyard, as if on a spring outing, it gave people the feeling that the new student's trial was just a matter of skill. If no one else had passed the 9th ring, they would have almost believed it. After almost 10 seconds, the second student who passed the 9th ring finally appeared. Lu Ming, the time it takes to clear the 9th ring, 2 minutes and 11 seconds, current copy points, 900 points, current ranking, 2. If you don't take the monster like Yi Chen into consideration, Lu Ming is still pretty good. Passing the 9th ring in 2 minutes and 11 seconds is quite a good result, at least we were far behind it back then. Dragon-blooded warriors are inherently powerful, and their skill damage bonus is even more extraordinary. It's only natural that they can achieve this result. Lu Ming is not only strong personally, but also has extremely strong organizational skills. If it weren't for the monster Yi Chen, he would have been the first place in this freshman trial. While everyone was still discussing Lu Ming, the rankings were refreshed again. Yi Chen, it took 12 seconds to clear the 5th ring, current copy points, 5,000 points, current ranking, 1. I've cleared the level again. How much pressure this must put on other students. I'm afraid this will become a lifelong psychological shadow for many students. At this time, many freshmen in the freshman trial copy have begun to break through defenses. After entering the freshman trial dungeon, they can sense the current points ranking in real time through the dungeon spirit. This is also to facilitate them to understand who their opponents are in the 3rd ring and make tactical arrangements. Unexpectedly, this was just the beginning. They were still struggling in the 9th ring, and Yi Chen had already passed the 5th ring. Is this level of clearance still human? It can't be a human race disguised as a high-level alien bloodline. Even Lu Ming felt a little unstable when he saw Yi Chen's speed of clearing the level, and was accidentally attacked a few times by monsters. Otherwise, his time to clear the 9th ring would be much faster. Kill Yi Chen in the 3rd round, don't let him survive the 3rd round. Seeing that Yi Chen had such strength, Lu Ming's mentality also changed somewhat. Yi Chen has such strength, so he must not be willing to succumb to him. Since he cannot cooperate, he is his opponent. The strong will fight, and no one will give up this opportunity. The first place in the freshman trial not only has 200,000 credits, but also a mysterious gift from the sword god. He absolutely couldn't miss this opportunity. If it doesn't work, we can temporarily cooperate with Wang Peng and Lin Tianyu. I don't believe that Yi Chen can defeat our team of hundreds of people. Lu Ming's face was as gloomy as water, and he thought secretly in his heart. Yi Chen must not be allowed to lead all the way, otherwise he will never have a chance to be the first in the freshman trial. Just when Lu Ming was thinking a lot, the ranking list was refreshed again. Yi Chen, clearance time of the fourth ring, 7 seconds, current copy points, 6,000 points, current ranking, 1. Lu Ming's face became even more gloomy, and then he stopped paying attention to the rankings, and slashed the monster in front of him with the long knife in his hand. After Yi Chen cleared the fourth ring, he had to wait for everyone to clear the fourth ring before they could all be teleported to the third ring. That was his chance. Now he only needs to maintain his second place advantage. After he eliminates Yi Chen in the third round, the first place in the novice trial will naturally be his. After Yi Chen cleared the fourth ring, he was bored in every possible way. He didn't know how long he would have to wait for everyone to clear the fourth ring. From the beginning of the third ring, there should be at least level 31 bronze monsters, but there is not much difference for me, but I will probably become the target of public criticism and encounter their siege. But I won't offend anyone unless they offend me. If they dare to come, just send them out. Although Yi Chen knew that he would become the target of public criticism, he didn't take it to heart. The HP of professionals at the same level is basically inferior to monsters at the same level. Even a legendary professional human shield with a full set of gold equipment cannot withstand one of his arrows. If it doesn't work, just 2 arrows. There is not much difference at all. And even if an assassin is sent to sneak up to attack him, it will be useless. He has the A-level talent True Eye, which can see through the surrounding stealth units that are no more than 2 levels above himself. If this group of assassins were not afraid of death, they would just sneak over and they would never believe how they died. What's more, Yi Chen has up to 200,000 health points. Even a legendary professional human shield with a full set of gold equipment does not have that many health points. The only thing Yi Chen lacks is damage reduction talents and skills, otherwise he would be no different from a human shield. Thinking of the upcoming battle, the corners of Yi Chen's mouth raised slightly. Come over as soon as possible. If he can't handle such a small scene, then how can he have the face to meet others? As time goes by, more and more groups pass the fourth ring. Most of them were in a very embarrassed state, with damaged clothes and numerous wounds all over their bodies. They were filled with a strong smell of blood and were taking life potions and energy potions to recover. There are also some people who have been eliminated early and are not even qualified to enter the third ring. Suddenly, countless white light beams fell from the sky, covering all the students who had passed the fourth ring. Swish swish. All students disappeared instantly in the fourth ring and appeared in different locations in the third ring as a team. At this time, Yi Chen appeared in a dark forest with extremely low visibility. Fortunately, he has the talent of True Eye, which greatly improves his eyesight, and he can perform well even in such an environment. Yi Chen looked around quietly. It was very quiet in the dark forest, and even the slightest movement would be extremely jarring. The monsters here are all patient hunters. They hide on branches and in the grass. They will attack their prey when they are not prepared, making it difficult to guard against them. Yi Chen felt the map information provided by the copy spirit. The third ring was very large. There were nearly 1,000 red dots on the map, distributed everywhere. A red dot represents a student. Judging from the distribution of the map, there is a long distance between everyone, and students will not easily encounter them in a short period of time. There are a total of 50,000 ordinary monsters in the third ring, as well as several elite monsters and boss monsters. All monsters must be cleared before entering the second ring. Yi Chen held the ancient demon bow tightly in his hand, and the divine shield was instantly activated. The shield value of up to 200,000 gave Yi Chen a sense of security. Click, click. Yi Chen walked in the dark forest and stepped on the withered branches under his feet, making a click-click sound, which was extremely harsh. Call out. A golden stream of light instantly hit a monster with a black body. Bang. Heavy bodies hit the ground. A 1-meter tall, dark mantis with sharp double swords and a dark body fell down. As a hunter in the dark, he didn't expect to die before he left the battlefield. He still maintained his sneak attack attitude until his death, and was instantly sent away with an arrow. After Dark Mantis fell, Yi Chen felt that his copy points instantly increased by 10 points. It seems that a level 33 ordinary monster is worth 10 dungeon points. There are a total of 50,000 ordinary monsters in the third ring, which is 500,000 dungeon points. It seems that if you want to win the first place in the freshman trial, the key it still depends on the results of the inner third ring. Yi Chen looked at the body of Dark Mantis thoughtfully. Calculated based on 1,000 people, each person only has 50 ordinary monsters and 500 dungeon points. But in fact, the strong ones can kill far more than 50 monsters in this level, and they can also kill other students to gain dungeon points. There are not many students in this dark forest. It can be said that the monsters here are basically in his pocket. Moreover, it is difficult for ordinary students to show their strength in such an environment. Once they are attacked by monsters, they will be easily eliminated. Withdrawing his thoughts, Yi Chen continued to move forward. Suddenly, Yi Chen's eyes lit up. Not far ahead there is an immature B-level dark element resource, Dark Spirit Grass. With the blessing of the Eye of Truth, Yi Chen could clearly see that the dark energy fluctuations in that area were several times stronger than those in other places. Yi Chen also had to sigh with emotion. The A-level Eye of Truth talent had such a powerful effect. I wonder what kind of effect the SSS level Divine Insight talent had. The record of the SSS level Divine Insight talent was left by a king-level powerhouse at the beginning of the great changes in the world 100 years ago. Unfortunately, he died young and did not leave many records. However, generally treasures are surrounded by powerful monsters guarding them. Yi Chen looked around again. Soon Yi Chen discovered the traces of the monster. A 2-meter-tall spider with dark stripes all over its body was staring at him eagerly from a treetop not far away. Shadow Spider. Level. Elite level. Level. 31. HP. 310,000. Attack power. 7,155. Physical defense. 3,155. Magic defense. 3,571. Skills. Curse power, silk spinning, venom. Introduction. A predator in the dark, extremely patient, with sharp limbs that can spit venom and spider silk. Be sure not to be hit by its spider silk, otherwise you will become its dinner. Looking at the attributes of the monster in front of him, the golden arrows condensed in Yi Chen's hand. Whoosh! 2 golden arrows pierced the darkness and hit the body of Shadow Spider almost simultaneously, and the health bar was instantly cleared. Bang! Shadow Spider fell from the treetop. Yi Chen quickly stepped forward to collect Dark Spirit Grass and put it into his backpack. Dark Spirit Grass is a B-level treasure. Although it is not yet mature, it can be sold to schools for at least 1,600 credits, which is considered a considerable gain. As for the materials on Shadow Spider, Yi Chen didn't bother to collect them. They weren't worth much money anyway, and they couldn't be redeemed for credits at all. It's a pity that equipment cannot be exploded in the freshman trial dungeon, otherwise you would still be able to harvest a lot of equipment. Looking at the corpse of Shadow Spider, Yi Chen was a little unsatisfied. None of the elite monsters along the way had any equipment. It can only be said that the rules of the freshman trial copy are like this, which makes Yi Chen still a little regretful. Level 30 equipment can still be exchanged for a lot of credits. As time goes by, there are fewer and fewer monsters in the third ring of the New Life trial. The number of students is also decreasing. When we first entered the third ring, there were almost 1,000 students, but now there are less than 600 students. Yi Chen sensed from the map that most students had formed teams, mainly divided into 4 teams. Yi Chen probably guessed that it was the team of Lu Ming, Wang Peng, and Lin Tianyu, plus other students spontaneously formed a team under the pressure of the 3 of them. However, at this time, 3 red dots were coming towards Yi Chen. They were probably the team of Lu Ming, Wang Peng, and Lin Tianyu. After all, only Yi Chen was alone, so they could easily find Yi Chen's location. Bite! A reminder sounded in everyone's mind. Only the last 100 monsters are left in the third round of the freshman trial dungeon. All monsters have entered a violent state and will actively look for humans. The current monster coordinates are displayed on the map. Yi Chen knew in his heart that the final decisive battle was about to begin. Yi Chen tried his best to avoid places with people along the way, and they also made a tacit agreement not to come to Yi Chen. After all, they were no match for Yi Chen alone. Yi Chen is also an expert and bold person, and is not afraid of them joining forces at all. They are even welcome to form a group, so that he doesn't have to look for them one by one and just eliminate them all at once. Seeing the red dot on the map getting closer and closer to him, Yi Chen did not sit still and wait for death. Opening the wings of God directly, a pair of huge holy wings appeared behind Yi Chen. Yi Chen kept flying high into the sky, 10 meters, 20 meters. Finally, Yi Chen stayed at a height of almost 50 meters. It's not that he doesn't want to keep flying upwards, but the skill level of God's wings and his own agility attribute can only keep him at this height. Then Yi Chen quickly moved towards the team of Lu Ming, Wang Peng, and Lin Tianyu, traveling at a speed of hundreds of meters per second, and they soon discovered a clue. "Boss, look at Yi Chen's position. He is moving towards us quickly," the younger brother behind Lu Ming said with disbelief when he noticed that Yi Chen not only did not run away, but instead accelerated towards them. After being reminded by his younger brother, Lu Ming also discovered Yi Chen's weird behavior and shouted directly, "Everyone stop." After everyone stopped, Lu Ming continued, "Yi Chen actually wants to seek death, so let's wait for him here." Everyone was in formation, and the archers and mages were always on the lookout for Yi Chen's figure, and would focus their fire once he appeared. Support should pay attention to the blood volume of the front row, and remember to add buff to the back row. We must make sure Yi Chen never comes back. The assassins are lying in ambush all around. When Yi Chen appears, he will sneak over, and don't be reluctant to use your big moves. Wang Peng and Lin Tianyu also made almost the same arrangements. Their 3 teams were divided into 3 directions and were also on guard against each other. After all, they are only cooperating temporarily at the moment. Once Yi Chen is eliminated by them, the rest will have their own methods. There are no permanent enemies or permanent friends, only permanent interests. On the other side, Yi Chen also noticed their actions. Yi Chen just smiled slightly, ignored them, and instead speeded up a bit. Soon, Yi Chen spotted the team of Lu Ming, Wang Peng, and Lin Tianyu from a distance. Multiple arrows. Boo-hoo-hoo. 6 golden arrows hit the archers in the last row directly. Puff puff. The sound of arrows entering the body sounded one after another, and 6 figures instantly disappeared in the new trial dungeon and were directly transported to the dungeon hall. The priest hurriedly stepped forward to treat them. Archers can be said to be the profession with the longest attack range, and only archers can cause any trouble to Yi Chen. As for mages, although they are also long-range professions, their attack range is much smaller than that of archers. Unless they are mythical mages, it is no problem to directly cover most of the copy with a forbidden spell. As for these black iron and bronze level mages in front of him, Yi Chen didn't take them seriously at all. Not to mention other professions, no one has mastered flying skills at all, they are just living targets. Enemy attack. Lu Ming shouted loudly. Everyone looked around and did not find Yi Chen. Boo-hoo-hoo. The arrows were like rain, and the golden arrows continued to fall in the back row. Look, Yi Chen is in the sky, he actually has flying skills. At this time, a boy looked up and suddenly spotted Yi Chen in the air. Everyone looked up and saw Yi Chen, who was wearing white armor, with a pair of huge holy wings behind him, holding a black long bow, and was constantly firing at their back row. Yi Chen actually has flying skills. Isn't flying skills something only gold-level professionals can master? Our back row couldn't block his arrow. This is outrageous. Yi Chen, do you dare to come down and have a fair fight? What kind of hero can you be if you hide up there and shoot cold arrows? Come over from the front row and protect the back row. Yi Chen looked at the mess below, with all kinds of shouts and curses, but smiled and said nothing. The archer doesn't shoot cold arrows, but goes down to get the bow and arrow to fight you in close combat. Why are we all so childish now that we are adults? Yi Chen, who has flying skills, is completely invincible at this time. Bronze-level professionals can master the flying skills that only gold-level professionals can master. It can only be said that they did not lose unfairly and did not have a clear understanding of Yi Chen's strength. Retreat, retreat quickly. This time I hit the iron plate. I am completely invincible. The teams of Wang Peng and Lin Tianyu also killed many in the back row. At this time, they fully realized Yi Chen's terror. Mastering the flying skill at higher levels will make you instantly invincible. Coupled with this terrifying output, whoever touches you will die. Yi Chen found out that they wanted to give up, and immediately stopped holding back. Explosive arrow. The flaming golden arrow hit Lu Ming's body directly. Boom! The arrow exploded with a loud roar. With Lu Ming as the center, all the students within a radius of almost 20 meters turned black and disappeared in the freshman trial copy in an instant. As for Lu Ming, he directly used the life-saving passive, but he didn't last long. Under the burning damage of tens of thousands per second, he could only be teleported with a delay. This is simply invincible. Group skills also have such high damage. Wang Peng and Lin Tianyu glanced at each other, and then a white light flashed. The two of them and some of the younger brothers nearby disappeared from the battlefield in an instant. Used a group teleportation scroll. Yi Chen watched Wang Peng, Lin Tianyu and the younger brothers disappear in an instant, and he probably had some guesses in his mind. Then he sensed the red dots on the map and found that they were at least hundreds of kilometers away from him. Forget it, there's no point in killing them all anyway. Yi Chen shook his head. If they hadn't wanted to besiege him and silently let him win first place, there wouldn't have been so many things. However, this is the rule of this world. The strong must fight. In the freshman trial copy, there is no life-threatening danger if they don't dare to fight. So how dare they fight in the real world? How can a strong person become a strong person if he doesn't fight? There is no right or wrong in this matter, only positions. Everyone is safeguarding their own interests, it's just a struggle for interests. Seeing that there were still many scattered students below, Yi Chen did not kill them all. Since the leaders were gone, it would be a waste of time to continue killing them. Then it turned into a stream of light. Fly towards the blue dot on the map, fight quickly, finish all the monsters quickly, and then enter the next stage. Copy Hall. At this time, Lu Ming was completely charred and was receiving treatment from the priest. The freshman trial copy only ensures that students will be teleported out when they receive fatal damage, but the damage they receive will not be less at all. Yi Chen, I underestimated you this time. After I am promoted to a gold professional, let's see if you can still be so arrogant. Lu Ming's face was livid, and he spoke every word through gritted teeth. But soon the wound on his face was involved, and he grinned again. He has regarded Yi Chen as his lifelong enemy, but he is confident that Yi Chen is only temporarily ahead, and sooner or later he will surpass him. No matter in terms of background or resources, he far surpasses Yi Chen. And Yi Chen just gained some advantages by awakening his bloodline in advance. With the power of his bloodline, his awakening would be a matter of time. At that time, it was hard to say who would win or lose. Copy Hall Control Room. Mastering flying skills at the bronze level, isn't this a dimensionality reduction attack? Lu Ming didn't lose unjustly. His damage was not as good as Yi Chen's, and his attack range was also not as good. Isn't he just a target? If Lu Ming didn't provoke Yi Chen, it wouldn't be a big problem to get second place. What a pity. This is a lack of judgment and overconfidence in one's own strength. I hope Lu Ming can learn this lesson. In the next step, arrange Yi Chen's position farther away, otherwise you won't be able to see the abilities of other students in all aspects. The instructors were talking a lot, with some praising Yi Chen and others feeling sorry for Lu Ming. But this is reality. If you provoke an irresistible enemy in the real world, you will never have a chance to regret it. Especially once you go to the border battlefield, where there is a mixture of fish and dragons, maybe a random beggar on the roadside as a peerless strong man. Swish swish. After all the monsters in the third ring are cleared, all the remaining students are teleported to the second ring instantly. The second ring is similar to the third ring, except that the area is smaller, the monsters are stronger and the number is larger. At this time, there were less than 300 students left in the second ring. When they first entered the third ring, there were nearly 600 students. Although half of them were eliminated by Yi Chen, it still shows that the third ring difficulty. Yi Chen looked around. The terrain in the second ring was very simple, and it was an endless grassland. Bite. The prompt from the copy spirit sounded again. The coordinates of all monsters have been displayed, please go and kill them as soon as possible. The rankings of all freshman red dots have been displayed, please arrange your tactics appropriately. Yi Chen couldn't help but be startled when he heard the prompt from the copy spirit. Isn't this specifically aimed at him? This allowed other students to avoid him, and at the same time he found that he was far away from the crowd and had a large space to himself. Are you afraid that I will kill them all? Yi Chen thought about it and understood it instantly. If you meet them yourself and kill a child with one stone, the tutors have no way to examine the strength of others, so how can they choose students? Yi Chen's head is full of black lines. He is not a murderous person. I will not attack others unless they attack me. If others didn't take the initiative to provoke him, he wouldn't kill them. Forget it, I'll just fight monsters here with peace of mind. I hope they don't come to provoke me, otherwise all the instructor's hard work will be in vain. After withdrawing his thoughts, Yi Chen opened the wings of God and flew towards the coordinates of the nearest monster. Finally, we are far away from that murderous god Yi Chen. Yi Chen is so terrifying, no one can beat him. I originally thought that Liu Biyu was already invincible, but I didn't expect. After entering the second ring, Wang Peng, Lin Tianyu and his team sensed Yi Chen's location, and immediately understood the instructor's painstaking efforts. That is, I hope that I and others will not provoke Yi Chen again. This is because their mentor has given them some slack. Without Yi Chen, they feel like they can do it again. Let's go, clean up the monsters, and then deal with the others. Wang Peng waved his hand and quickly made corresponding arrangements. Next, he wanted to let the mentors see his strength. Lin Tianyu was equally confident. As long as Yi Chen didn't take action, Lu Ming would have been eliminated again, and he would be unstoppable next time. Time keeps passing. Soon there were less than 10 monsters left in the second ring. At this time, Yi Chen was far ahead in the rankings. Yi Chen, current dungeon points, 415,200 points, current ranking, 1. Wang Peng, current copy points, 112,500 points, current ranking, 2. Lin Tianyu, current copy points, 110,100 points, current ranking, 3. Fu Shishi, current copy points, 105,500 points, current ranking, 4. Zhang Yuankai, current copy points, 95,500 points, current ranking, 5. Ding Long, current copy points, 91,900 points, current ranking, 6. Looking at the information on the ranking list, the corners of Yi Chen's mouth raised slightly. The last 10 monsters are about to enter the first ring. The first ring is a circular map. There is a world boss level monster in the center. Different from ordinary boss, generally speaking, world boss requires a team of thousands of people to attack at the same time before there is any hope of winning it. However, the goal of the first ring is not to kill the boss, but to reward dungeon points based on the damage ranking to the boss. The first place has a full 200,000 dungeon points, the second place has 100,000 dungeon points, the third place has 80,000 dungeon points, and the 4th to 10th place has 50,000 dungeon points. In other words, if nothing unexpected happens, the number 1 spot in this freshman trial copy has been locked in advance by Yi Chen. Even if Yi Chen doesn't participate in the final world boss, his dungeon points are enough to win first place. Bite. The prompt from the copy spirit sounded again. All monsters in the second ring have been cleared and will be transferred to the first ring in 1 minute. Please be prepared. After hearing the prompt from the copy spirit, Yi Chen stood quietly and waited. He had already taken energy potions and mana potions before, and his condition had returned to its peak. Swish swish. Under countless white lights, the remaining more than 100 students were instantly teleported to the first ring. Bite. After entering the first ring, the prompt of the copy spirit sounded again. Congratulations to everyone for entering the first ring. From this ring on, you can no longer attack each other. You must work together to cause enough damage to the boss. For every 10% damage caused to the boss, all students will be awarded 20,000 credits based on their contribution. Hearing the prompt from the dungeon spirit, Yi Chen's eyes lit up. If he could kill the boss, wouldn't he be rewarded with 200,000 credits? Even if it was only half of the contribution value, it would be a full 100,000 credits. Of course, if other people knew Yi Chen's thoughts, they would definitely laugh at Yi Chen. You must know that the best result in the past years only caused 21% damage to the boss, not to mention that only more than 100 people came to the first ring this time. Then Yi Chen looked at the surrounding environment. The entire first ring is a circular plane map, with a huge black shadow hundreds of kilometers away that seems to be sleeping. Suddenly, the ground began to shake violently. What happened? Was there an earthquake? Brother, this is a copy, how could there be an earthquake? Look, what is that? Everyone looked forward, and a huge black figure slowly stood up, holding a giant long stick dozens of meters long. When it stood up completely, it was hundreds of meters high. Every time it takes a step forward, there will be huge vibrations on the ground. Yi Chen also widened his eyes. This was the first time he saw such a huge boss. Soon the attributes of the boss appeared in front of him. Qingtian Giant Ape. Level. World Boss. Level. 35. Health value. 200 million. Attack power. 250,000. Physical defense. 10,000. Magic defense. 10,000. Skills. Sky lifting stick, ground cracking, landslide, earth resurgence, thick earth shield, earth control. Introduction 1. The Origin Warcraft was born from the beginning of the world. It has extremely strong destructive power and survivability, and can control the power of the earth. Introduction 2. This is just a boss projection, the defensive attributes are greatly weakened, and there are fatal weaknesses. Please don't despair, unite as one, you will have a chance to defeat it. It's only 10,000 yuan for double defense. And it also has a fatal weakness. Yi Chen looked thoughtfully at the Tiantian giant ape that was hundreds of meters tall in front of him. According to the normal world boss attributes, no one should be able to break the defense, but this would not have the effect of a trial. After all, no matter how hard you defeat the boss, you won't lose blood, and even if you can defeat part of the blood, it probably won't be as fast as the boss's automatic recovery of blood. The boss is coming, helpers give me buffs. At this time, Yi Chen stood in the individual team and commanded the nearby students. Swish swish, various rays of light flashed from Yi Chen's body, and Yi Chen felt that his attributes had been comprehensively improved. At this time, Yi Chen's strength attribute reached more than 13,000 points. In particular, the buff of one of the auxiliary girls directly increased his basic strength attributes by 20%. Basic strength attribute refers to the strength attribute after removing the percentage of equipment. Yi Chen's current basic strength attribute value is as high as more than 6,000 points, and an increase of 20% is an increase of more than 1,200 points in strength. This made Yi Chen couldn't help but take another look at this girl. Yi Chen directly opened the wings of God and floated in the air. Although it was only 50 meters high, it was not even the waist of Qingtian giant ape. However, the wings of God can increase the movement speed, which allows Yi Chen to move better. God's strengthening. God's shield. Seeing the Qingtian giant ape getting closer and closer, Yi Chen directly activated the divine shield. The thick shield gave Yi Chen a great sense of security. Qingtian giant ape only has an attack power of 250,000. Yi Chen's shield and health can at least withstand a normal attack without dying. When Qingtian giant ape reached Yi Chen's attack range, Yi Chen decisively shot the arrow of darkness in his hand. Minus 420,000. Directly causing up to 420,000 damage to Qingtian giant ape. Arrow of darkness can increase the damage received by Sky giant ape by 79% for 36 seconds. During these 36 seconds, any damage caused by everyone to Qingtian giant ape will be calculated as part of Yi Chen's contribution. Of course, the auxiliary used the increasing buff on Yi Chen, and they would also enjoy part of the contribution value every time Yi Chen caused damage. Boo hoo hoo. Yi Chen kept shooting arrows from his hand, and each attack could cause more than 500,000 damage to Qingtian giant ape while adding a shield to himself that could withstand 100,000 damage. In less than 5 seconds, Qingtian giant ape had lost 10% of its health. At this time, Yi Chen's name was high on the contribution list. Yi Chen, contribution value 9.7%, current ranking, 1. Chao Yufu, contribution value 0.11%, current ranking, 2. Ji Zuo, contribution value 0.02%, current ranking, 3. All the people on the contribution ranking list are auxiliary professionals who have added buff to Yi Chen. Among them, the second place Chao Yufu, whose contribution value is as high as 0.31%, is the auxiliary girl who increased Yi Chen's basic strength attribute by 20%, and she directly took the second place. Even she found it incredible. She didn't expect that she could get such a high contribution value just by adding a buff. Hurry up, otherwise you won't even be able to compete with the support. I knew I would add buff to Yi Chen, but now he is too far away from me and can't add it at all. Many of the auxiliary teeth that were not buffed to Yi Chen regretted it. Wang Peng and Lin Tianyu also led a group of people and started to charge. The two of them are a light knight and a dark berserker. They are both in the front row of melee combat. If they don't charge, they won't make any contribution at all. A great strike. Qingtian Giant Ape swung the stick heavily on the ground, and a force of earth spread out. Boom! The huge shock wave knocked Wang Peng and Lin Tianyu away as well as the nearby front row. Except for Wang Peng and Lin Tianyu, everyone else disappeared in the copy instantly. Wang Peng and Lin Tianyu also looked frightened. If they hadn't had life-saving equipment, they would have been killed instantly. Qingtian Giant Ape, after blasting out a stick, it seemed to be stuck, motionless. Is this the fatal weakness of Qingtian Giant Ape? It will fall into a quiescent state after each attack. Yi Chen looked at the Qingtian Giant Ape and thought to himself. Many people also had the same guess and rushed directly towards the boss, hoping to seize this opportunity to do some good damage. Boo hoo hoo. Yi Chen suddenly discovered that the damage he caused had doubled. Originally he could only cause more than 500,000 damage, but now he could cause millions of damage. It seems that this is the debuff effect that comes with Qingtian Giant Ape falling into stasis. Yi Chen felt happy. Since this was the case, he couldn't be blamed for not practicing martial ethics. Shadow escape. Yi Chen left a shadow clone on the spot, and his real body instantly appeared in another direction. The power of the abyss. Anger breaks out. Shadowless arrow. Yi Chen opened the long bow, and the golden arrows condensed. 2 seconds later, a golden arrow penetrated the space, instantly appeared in front of Qingtian Giant Ape, and penetrated into its head through its eye socket. Minus 50.32 million. Weakness. Minus 50.32 million. Shadow escape additional damage. Qingtian Giant Ape lost more than half of its health in an instant. It was originally in a standstill state and could only cause double damage, but after superimposing weak points, it was equivalent to 4 times the damage. Rage Burst is an equipment skill attached to the Skeleton Lord's skeleton belt, which can increase one's own strength attribute value by 20%, which is equivalent to another increase of more than 1,200 points of strength attributes. Finally, the power of the abyss was superimposed, and Yi Chen's shadowless arrow directly caused more than 50 million damage. In addition, Shadow Escape's first attack can cause an additional 100% damage, instantly dealing tons of damage. After inflicting such astonishing damage, Yi Chen did not leave Qingtian Giant Ape any chance to breathe. Go back in time. Yi Chen followed suit and once again hit a set of combos. Boom! Qingtian Giant Ape's body that was over 100 meters high suddenly fell to the ground. No one present could react. In less than 3 seconds, Qingtian Giant Ape, which originally still had 90% of its health, died suddenly. Qingtian Giant Ape also didn't expect that he only attacked once, and only got a box lunch after killing a few shrimps. This is too unscientific. Did this trigger a bug? Why did such a big boss fall down? Isn't this an illusion? Am I still awake? Why are you squeezing my thigh? Let me see if I'm dreaming. You don't know how to pinch your own thigh. I'm afraid of pain. I'm going to fight with your ridiculousness. Everyone fell into a sluggish state. This scene is really unbelievable. The Qingtian Giant Ape that was so powerful just now died suddenly, as if in a dream. It seems so unreal. Copy Hall Control Room. At this time, the instructors here are no better than the students inside. Everyone has their eyes widened, as if they have seen a ghost. Even though the 2 deans were used to big scenes, they were too shocked to speak. What happened? Inflicts more than 100 million damage in an instant. Even if the defensive attributes of Qingtian Giant Ape are greatly weakened, it won't be like this. The fatal weakness we originally designed for Qingtian Giant Ape is that it will fall into a stationary state for 5 seconds after each attack. In the stationary state, it can cause double damage. The students can use this period of time to do crazy output and cause decent damage, but what happened to the monster Yi Chen? In less than 5 seconds, he directly killed the Qingtian giant ape with a health value of 200 million. It's outrageous that my mother opened the door for me, it's outrageous. The next generation is to be feared, the next generation is to be feared. This matter must be reported to the principal. I believe that even the principal cannot imagine that Yi Chen can inflict such horrific injuries. After killing Qingtian giant ape, Yi Chen checked the contribution ranking list again. Yi Chen, contribution value 98.15%, current ranking, 1. Chao Yufu, contribution value 0.65%, current ranking, 2. Ji Zuo, contribution value 0.12%, current ranking, 3. Looking at the rankings on the contribution list, Yi Chen couldn't help but smile. It can be said that this boss was killed by him alone. Chao Yufu only added a strength increase buff to him and achieved a 0.65% contribution, firmly ranking second in the contribution list, which is simply outrageous. It can be seen that the top 10 students on the contribution list are all auxiliary to add buff to Yi Chen, and the contribution value of others is pitifully small and can be completely ignored. I just don't know if the instructors are starting to have headaches again. Yi Chen could imagine the expressions of the instructors in the monitoring room. Such a big boss was immediately defeated by him, and the others had not yet started to show their performance. It is estimated that the tutors will have a headache on how to select students later. Bite. The prompt from the copy spirit sounded again. The new student trial dungeon has ended, please be prepared, everyone will be transported to the dungeon hall in 1 minute. Until this moment, all the students seemed to wake up from a dream. This is actually true. Yi Chen actually defeated the boss. Is the gap between people so big? Is this the strength of the top pick in the country? It's so terrifying. Ah, my dungeon points ranking has increased a lot. From now on, I will be Mr. Yi Chen's loyal dog. I really envy Chao Yufu. She got 100,000 dungeon points just by lying down. It's really irritating to compare people to each other. Yi Chen looked at the points ranking list and found that the rankings above had changed a lot compared to before. Yi Chen, current dungeon points, 615,200 points, current ranking, 1. Chao Yufu, current dungeon points, 136,600 points, current ranking, 2. Wang Peng, current copy points, 122,500 points, current ranking, 3. Lin Tianyu, current copy points, 120,100 points, current ranking, 4. Fu Shishi, current copy points, 115,500 points, current ranking, 5. Ji Zuo, current copy points, 112,100 points, current ranking, 6. After Chao Yufu received the 100,000 dungeon points that ranked second in the contribution list, she directly soared to second place in the dungeon points list. Even Ji Zuo ranked 6th in the dungeon score list after receiving 80,000 dungeon points that ranked 3rd in the contribution list. Other auxiliary rankings have also improved a lot. I have to say that this group of assistants is simply winning. Wang Peng's face turned pale when he looked at the dungeon points ranking list. He fell from 2nd to 3rd, instantly losing the reward of 50,000 credits. Even he couldn't help but feel distressed. Without waiting too long, countless white light pillars soon enveloped all the students in the copy. Swish swish, all students appear in the copy lobby again. Most of the people's clothes were torn and their bodies were stained with blood, but Yi Chen was spotless, as if he had just returned from a spring outing. This year's freshman trial is over. Who won the first place? It can't be Yi Chen. I asked those freshmen what was going on among them, but not a single one of them would tell me. No, it's not easy. It's probably not easy for him to survive until the end. Others are gangs committing crimes, so Yi Chen must have had a hard time hiding. Unless Yi Chen defeats them all with 1 against 100, he will never be able to win the first place. We are all the only geniuses in the entire Dragon Kingdom. To fight 1 against 100 is too much. Unless the freshmen of this class are all parallel imports. A group of sophomores and juniors gathered around to watch, and the discussion was lively. Especially the group of seniors who were sophomores. Last year they were watched by people, but this year they were even more gloating about the misfortune of this group of freshmen, with joyful smiles on their faces. The freshmen who were eliminated early, especially Lu Ming, remained silent when they heard the discussion among the old students, pretending that nothing happened. Hundreds of people went to attack one person, only to be beaten to a pulp. It was really embarrassing. As long as they don't tell, no one will know, and they will come back to the situation when their strength improves. Even if someone accidentally revealed it, it is estimated that the old students would only regard it as a joke, and no one would believe it. After all, this record is too outrageous. Not to mention fighting hundreds, even fighting dozens is an amazing achievement. Just when the freshmen were silent and the old students were talking a lot, a large group of people walked out of the monitoring room in the dungeon hall. Suddenly, the whole place became quiet. Hundreds of powerful men with diamonds or above appeared at the same time. Even if they restrained their aura, it still gave people a huge sense of oppression. Su Yu came to the podium, scanned all the freshmen below with his eyes, and said in a deep voice, "The freshman trial copy is officially over. In this freshman trial, some of you performed very well, but some of you performed very poorly. Take the lead one step at a time, and take the lead step by step. Students who hope to achieve good results should not be proud. There is still a long way to go. But students who perform poorly should not be discouraged, know their shame and then be brave. They need to work harder in the future and try to catch up with the students in front of them." Su Yu paused for a while, then looked at Yi Chen, who stood out among the crowd, and continued, "In this freshman trial copy, the boss in the last level was killed for the first time. Yi Chen's contribution as high as 98.15%, breaking the historical record of Guda University. We will award an additional 200,000 credits." Hiss. As soon as he finished speaking, the audience was in an uproar, and there were gasps from everywhere. What? The boss in the last level of the freshman trial was killed? Did I hear that right? You heard that right. What's even more outrageous is that Yi Chen alone accounted for 98.15% of the contribution value. This is even more outrageous than the boss being killed. It's basically the same as swiping the last boss alone. What kind of monster has this freshman created? The first place in the freshman trial is 200,000 credits, and there are almost 200,000 credits left for killing the last boss. Plus the additional 200,000 credits, doesn't this mean that Yi Chen has nearly 200,000 credits as soon as he enrolls? 600,000 credits. I was able to kill even the boss in the last level. I was not defeated unfairly. Whether they were the old students who were watching or the freshmen who were eliminated early, they were all shocked and began to doubt their lives. I even began to wonder if Dean Su Yu drank too much and started talking nonsense. But seeing so many instructors keeping silent, I had to accept this magical reality. Everyone's eyes changed when they looked at Yi Chen. This is a cruel person. All the old students present have experienced the freshman trial copy, so they naturally know the terror of the boss in the last level. Being able to defeat such a terrifying boss alone completely broke their cognition. With such strength, even outstanding seniors who have graduated are far inferior. Moreover, I gained nearly 600,000 credits as soon as I entered the school, so I can copy directly and freely, and I no longer have to worry about downloading the copy without credits. Envy, shock, admiration. All kinds of eyes looked at Yi Chen. Cough. Su Yu looked at the boiling crowd below, coughed slightly, and the entire dungeon hall suddenly became quiet again, and then continued, "The next step is to freely choose the instructor. As we all know, each tutor is good at different things and has different requirements for recruiting students. This is a two-way choice. In the coming days, the tutor can develop exclusive teaching plans for you, plan career growth routes, and answer some doubts on your career path. Of course, you can also not choose a tutor and go directly to the teacher's open classes, or ask the teachers for advice in class. As long as you can pass the assessment of each school year, the school will not impose any restrictions on you, and you can freely choose your learning method. Finally, Yi Chen comes with me, and everyone else should take action quickly." After the words fell, Su Yu came to Yi Chen's side, took Yi Chen a few breaths and left the dungeon hall. Others also dispersed instantly, ran to their favorite tutor, and asked about the tutor's admissions requirements. Office of the Dean of Combat Academy. Su Yu sat at the desk, and Yi Chen sat opposite him. "Classmate Yi Chen, your strength is far beyond our expectations. For a monster like you, ordinary tutors will lead you astray, so I suggested to the principal to accept you as a student. But the principal feels that your career path is very stable and solid, and he is far inferior to him at your age. He suggests that you just continue to follow your own plan. But if you have any questions, you can ask me directly. If I can't answer it, I can also contact the principal to answer it for you. We believe that you can grow into the second sword god and become the Dinghai Shenzhen of the Dragon Kingdom. Yi Chen couldn't help but be a little surprised when he heard Su Yu's words. But then I thought about it, and it was indeed the case. He has a 10,000-fold amplification system, and with the resources of ancient capital university, he might soon be able to grow to the level of a sword god. Now he just lacks the theoretical knowledge of some high-level professionals, so he can go to the library to look it up by himself. His career growth path is completely different from others. Even a mythical powerhouse cannot plan for him in advance unless he reveals everything about the system. But this is absolutely impossible. The secret of the system can only rot in one's own stomach. Later, Su Yu took out a faint fluorescent orb from his backpack and continued. This is the mysterious gift given by Lord Sword God to the first place in this freshman trial. Its name is Experience Orb, which can increase the experience gained by 100% and can greatly speed up your upgrade speed. Quote. Yi Chen. Yi Chen had a saying in his mind about MMP. He didn't know whether to say it or not. After obtaining the 10,000-fold increase system, the experience points he gained in a single session would often exceed the upper limit. It would be useless to increase the amount by 100%. It may be a priceless treasure to others, but for him the effect is extremely limited. Seeing Yi Chen's big eyes full of doubts, Su Yu couldn't help but ask, "Do you have any questions?" Yi Chen's thoughts changed and he immediately said, "I just want to ask, what is the principle of this experience orb?" Su Yu smiled and said, "First of all, do you know what experience points are?" Yi Chen shook his head. Experience points are essentially a kind of original energy. After we kill monsters, the rules of the world will reward us with this original energy to improve our own strength. Generally speaking, experience values are stored using our body as a container, which is why we can only store experience values that are 10 times the current upper limit of experience values. However, after the body is integrated into the experience orb, all the experience points gained will be automatically stored in the experience orb, and then the experience orb will increase the experience value. When we need to improve our own level or skill level, we can directly mobilize the experience value in the experience orb. Quote. After listening to Su Yu's explanation, Yi Chen's eyes lit up, and he quickly asked, "How much experience can the experience orb store?" Su Yu stretched out a finger and said slowly, 100 billion. After hearing Su Yu's answer, Yi Chen was stunned by the huge surprise. With 100 billion experience points, wouldn't it mean that I would no longer be restricted by the upper limit of experience points in the future, and every bit of experience points would no longer be wasted? Moreover, the experience value increase that was originally 10,000 times has now been directly increased to 20,000 times, which is simply amazing. Wouldn't it be possible to use experience orbs to gain card levels, and then keep hunting low-level monsters? Yi Chen continued to ask. Su Yu couldn't help but laugh and said, "It's not as outrageous as you think. Since the experience points are rewarded by world rules, the world rules will also prevent professionals from taking advantage of this loophole. When you kill more than a certain number of monsters of a certain level, you will no longer gain experience, and this value is different for each level. Normally it will not have any impact on us. If you kill 10,000 rabbits at level 1, you will no longer gain experience points for the 10,001 th rabbit. But generally no one does this. If you have this time, it's better to upgrade quickly. The later you go, the more ways you can gain experience points." After hearing this, Yi Chen suddenly realized. These are the knowledge that only high-level professionals can master. If he hadn't come to Gouda University, he might not be able to understand this in his lifetime. This also made Yi Chen make up his mind to take time to go to the library to replenish his knowledge of high-level professionals. Taking the experience orb from Su Yu's hand, Yi Chen looked at the faintly fluorescent orb in his hand, and the joy in his eyes almost overflowed. With the experience orb, Yi Chen can not only gain 20,000 times the experience increase, but more importantly, solve the problem of the upper limit of experience value that has troubled him in the past. From now on, Yi Chen no longer has to worry about the experience points gained being wasted. Yi Chen's mental power was stimulated, and the experience orb in his hand turned into dots of white light, slowly integrating into his body through the skin of his palm. Yi Chen can sense the experience orb appearing in his spiritual sea, and he can call the experience value from it to improve his level and skill level with a thought, but the experience value in it is currently empty. Dean Su, I still need your help with two things. The first thing is that I exchange the special move reward for a portion of giant spirit grass. Now I need to find a diamond level or even king level potion master to help prepare the giant spirit potion. The second thing is that I have 3S level treasure spiritual gems, and I want to replace them with 3 power gems. Quote. When Su Yu heard that Yi Chen had 3 spiritual gems, he couldn't help but be a little surprised. It is extremely difficult to obtain spiritual gems, which can only be obtained by clearing secret realms and dungeons, and the overall score must reach S level to have a certain probability of obtaining them. However, Su Yu was immediately relieved when he thought that Yi Chen had died of Qingtian giant ape in less than 5 seconds. Yi Chen has such strength, it is not difficult to obtain these treasures. Su Yu said boldly. No problem, give me the giant spirit grass and 3 spiritual gems, and I will arrange for a secretary to handle it immediately. After Yi Chen took out the giant spirit grass and 3 spiritual gems, he said goodbye to Su Yu and left the office. Walking on the campus of Guda University, Yi Chen decided to spend the rest of the day in the library to replenish the knowledge of high-level professionals. The library of Koto University is divided into 7 floors. Each floor stores books about different levels of professionals. Students can only view books that are 3 levels higher than themselves at most. This is to prevent everyone from aiming too high. The first level is bronze level and below, the second level is silver level, the third level is gold level, and so on, and the 7th level is mythical level. After turning on the wings of God, Yi Chen's movement speed increased significantly, and he soon arrived at the library of Guda University. When he came to the library, Yi Chen went straight to the 4th floor. He planned to start with diamond-level books and slowly read down. After all, diamond-level books were not far away for him. The rules of wind from beginner to master. On the application of the rules of darkness in the assassin profession. About the evolutionary roots of 103 low-level bloodlines. Yi Chen. At this time, Yi Chen only had great doubts in his mind. What is this talking about? Why is it completely different from his understanding of professionals? Yi Chen shook his head and came to the 1st floor of the library. Guda University Level 30 to 50 Dungeon Guide. Full analysis of bronze level archer skills. Illustrated Encyclopedia of Common Treasures. Yi Chen. This is a familiar recipe. Putting away the doubts in his mind, Yi Chen decided to start from the 1st floor and look at it slowly, otherwise he would be confused. No wonder the school has such a restriction. You can only view books 3 levels higher than yourself. It is really that a bronze level cannot understand the knowledge of myth level. Soon Yi Chen was immersed in the ocean of knowledge. The next morning, the sun was shining brightly. Yi Chen got up early to wash up, and after eating a hearty breakfast, he went directly to the dungeon hall. Through studying hard in the library yesterday, Yi Chen knew that there were 3 gold level copies of level 35 at Guda University. There are 3 gold level dungeons, namely the Mistful Forest, the Dark Cave, and the Shattered Snow Mountain. At the same time, Yi Chen also learned that because the dungeon can be cleared repeatedly, the probability of obtaining precious treasures is much smaller than that of the secret realm. Only after breaking the highest historical record of the dungeon will excess rewards be issued. The more progress the performance has, the better the rewards will be. And each person can only receive the reward of breaking the historical record once per dungeon. However, copies of Guda University have existed for a long time, and various strategies are constantly iterating, making it increasingly difficult to break the historical record. Take these 3 level 35 gold level dungeons as an example. No one has broken the record in nearly 30 years, so to get this excessive reward is like reaching the moon in the sky. Now, there are many students gathered in the dungeon hall, including freshmen, sophomores and juniors. The moment Yi Chen stepped into the dungeon hall, swish, all eyes looked at Yi Chen. Being the top scholar in the country, clearing the final boss of the freshman trial dungeon, and earning nearly 600,000 credits during the start of school, Yi Chen will be deeply remembered in people's minds. There is no doubt that Yi Chen is currently the top student in Gouda University. And as time went by, more and more information spread, and Yi Chen's terror was gradually realized. I heard that Yi Chen directly challenged hundreds of people in the freshman trial dungeon yesterday, without any pressure. What are you talking about? I heard that Yi Chen could instantly kill a boss with a blood volume of 200 million with just 2 arrows. He is simply not a human being. I heard that it was a forbidden technique. It cannot be used again for at least a year, and it may even shorten your lifespan. Otherwise, it would be too outrageous. Yi Chen turned a deaf ear to the surrounding discussions and walked straight to the entrance of the dungeon. Classmate Yi Chen, do you want to download the dungeon? Do you need my help? Suddenly, a shy girl appeared in front of Yi Chen. It was the assistant girl from yesterday, Chao Yufu. Yi Chen smiled and said, "No need, the dungeon I went to is too dangerous." Without thinking much, Yi Chen politely rejected the girl. He didn't need any help. Multiple people are just here to share experience points and have no other effect. Then, without stopping, Yi Chen came to a copy door. Even before arriving, Yi Chen had already redeemed the duplicate tickets on the Gouda University app. There is no physical ticket required to enter the dungeon. The dungeon gate will automatically connect to the school system to verify the dungeon qualification in real time. Yi Chen placed his palm on the recess of the dungeon door. Beep. Identity verification passed. Copy qualification verification passed. Please select the difficulty of the copy. Abyss difficulty. Buzz. A ray of white light fell from the sky, shrouding Yi Chen in it. Swish. Yi Chen's figure instantly disappeared in the dungeon hall. Did I hear correctly? Yi Chen actually chose the Abyss difficulty. You're just clearing a gold level dungeon of the same level in Abyss difficulty. A fully equipped team composed of the top 50 graders can easily overturn even if they play Nightmare difficulty, and Abyss difficulty is several times higher than Nightmare difficulty. Is this life-threatening? Isn't it possible that Yi Chen got swollen after using a forbidden technique to instantly kill Qingtian giant ape? Such a mentality is very dangerous. He has never played a dungeon before, so he doesn't know the horror of the Abyss difficulty. It's very possible that he, a professional with a civilian background, has no way of getting the qualifications to enter the dungeon before entering university. Oh, I hope Yi Chen finds out that the difficulty is wrong and has a chance to use the teleportation stone to escape. This is not like the freshman trial copy where fatal damage can be automatically teleported out. Copy. Forest of Mist. Grade. Gold grade. Level 35. Difficulty. Abyss. Level limit. Level 30 to 40. Number of people limited. 1 to 10 people. Introduction. A sudden mist enveloped the forest. Under the erosion of the mist, all the monsters mutated again and gradually began to master the power of the mist. They appear and disappear in the mist. Please be careful of the strange hunters in the mist. Otherwise, their sharp claws will rip out your heart. Bite. You have entered the gold level copy, Forest of Mist. Current copy difficulty, Abyss. Team size, 1 person. After a slight feeling of dizziness, Yi Chen came to the Misty Forest copy. At the same time, some basic information about the Misty Forest copy came to mind. Yi Chen looked around and found that he was in a forest full of mist, completely silent. Click. Yi Chen took a step forward, as if triggering some mechanism. There are lights constantly lighting up in the fog ahead, red, green, purple. At the same time, the surrounding fog kept surging, and shrill sounds kept coming. Only then did Yi Chen realize that those various colored light spots were the eyes of monsters. All the monsters were staring directly at him, as if they had seen some rare treasure. Misty Bat Enhanced. Grade. Ordinary. Level. 40. HP. 880,000. Attack Power. 21,552. Physical Defense. 8,251. Magic Defense. 7,741. Skills. Magic Sound, Scream, Mist Body, Blood Sucking. Introduction. The most common monster in the foggy forest, it likes fresh blood the most. It hides in the fog and can give you a fatal blow when you are not expecting it. Misty Demonic Wolf. Misty Python. Misty Mantis. Various monsters slowly walked toward Yi Chen from all directions. Yi Chen looked at the attributes of the monsters around him and couldn't help but sigh. It was indeed a copy of the Abyss difficulty. If the attributes of these monsters were placed on the normal difficulty, they could be used as boss, but on the Abyss difficulty they are just the most common mobs. No wonder the dungeon guide recommends that it is best to form a level 40 elite team of 10 people before going to the guide, and it must be led by 2 or more powerful hidden professional mages. Of course, it would be even better if they are legendary professional mages. All monsters in Misty Forest have the passive skill Mist Body, which can reduce the physical damage received by 50%, but will increase the magic damage received by 100%. Without a powerful legal profession to lead the team, it is basically impossible to clear the level. But, to me, they are just chickens and dogs. A flash of light flashed in Yi Chen's eyes. He held the ancient demon's bow in his hand, and the golden arrows condensed in his hand. The killing officially begins. Wings of God. God's shield. God's strengthening. After turning on the shield and strengthening skills, Yi Chen flew directly into the air and blasted an exploding arrow towards the monster below. Boom! Large tracts of trees fell down, thick smoke filled the forest, and raging fires broke out. -507,705. -86,232. Burning. Since the bursting arrow is fire damage, it can cause double damage to monsters, and all monsters covered by the explosion will have less than 1/3 of their health remaining. Under the burning damage of more than 80,000 per second, these monsters will fall one after another in less than 4 seconds. Yi Chen ignored this side and turned directly to attack the monster in the other direction. Multiple arrows. Boo-hoo-hoo. Golden arrows continued to shoot out, and even if all monsters had a 50% physical damage reduction effect, they fell down one after another like mowing grass. Log. Successfully surpassed level 5 and killed the level 40 Mistbat, gaining 12 million experience points extra level 5 with an additional 200% experience bonus. Log. Successfully surpassed level 5 and killed the level 40 Mist Demon Wolf, gaining 12 million experience points extra level 5 with an additional 200% experience bonus. Log. Successfully surpassed level 5 and killed the level 40 Mist Python, gaining 12 million experience points extra level 5 with an additional 200% experience bonus. Yi Chen was killing crazily at the rate of 2 monsters per second. In less than 15 seconds, all the more than 30 monsters on the other side were eliminated. Gold level dungeons can get a 4x experience bonus, Abyss difficulty can get a 5x experience bonus, and the 2 stacked together can get a 20x experience bonus. Coupled with the 100% experience increase of Experience Orb, an ordinary monster can bring 1,200 basic experience points to Yi Chen. In just 10 seconds, Yi Chen's Experience Orb accumulated more than 800 million experience points, which is a huge amount of experience points that no one can imagine. After killing this wave of monsters, Yi Chen did not stop and continued flying forward. The shorter the dungeon clearance time was, the more rewards he would get for breaking the historical record. Yi Chen went all out and was unwilling to waste any time. The map size and number of monsters in the dungeon are far less than those in the secret realm, but the density of monsters is extremely high, which also brings great obstacles to clearing the dungeon. But these obstacles are not obstacles to Yi Chen, and they can be overcome directly with force. After experiencing 2 more waves of monsters, Yi Chen finally came to the final boss. Looking at the monsters in front of me, there is a commander-level boss, 3 elite monsters, and dozens of ordinary mobs. This is also a general dungeon boss configuration. Lord of the Mist Enhanced. Level. Commander. Level. 40. HP. 3.85 million. Attack power. 79,558. Physical defense. 28,997. Magic defense. 29,661. Skills. Mist Blade, Mist Spear, Mist Guardian, Mist Healing, Super Mist Body. Introduction. The Master of the Mist Forest was originally just an ordinary lich. By chance, he mastered the power of the mist and infected all the monsters in the forest, becoming the well-deserved master of the forest. Mist Guard Enhanced. Level. Elite. Level. 40. HP. 1.56 million. Attack power. 31,558. Physical defense. 22,551. Magic defense. 21,776. Skills: Guardian Heart, Power of Regeneration, Mist Sacrifice, Mist Body. Introduction. The loyal guard of the Lord of Mist, with a protective heart. As long as he is immortal, all damage suffered by the Lord of Mist will be passively borne by him. The powerful power of regeneration can quickly restore health. Looking at the attributes of Lord of the Mist, Yi Chen grinned. Super Mist Body. This passive skill can reduce the physical damage received by 90%, but will increase the magic damage received by 200%, which is a nightmare for all physical professions. And all damage received by Lord of Mist will be borne by Mist Guard first. In other words, only when all 3 Mist Guards are dead, Mist Lord will be harmed. However, Mist Guard has the regeneration power skill and its recovery ability is very strong, and Mist Lord can also add shields and treatments to Mist Guard. It can be said that if the output is not enough, it will not be able to cause any damage to the Lord of the Mist. But Yi Chen already had a countermeasure in mind. Looking at the 2.6 billion experience points in the experience orb, Yi Chen thought. Log. Thunder Arrow has been upgraded successfully. The current level is 2. Log. Thunder Arrow has been upgraded successfully. The current level is 3. Log. Thunder Arrow has been upgraded successfully. The current level is 21. After Yi Chen spent more than 100 million experience points, Thunder Arrow successfully rose to level 21. Thunder Arrow, level 21, active skill. After charging for 1 second, it shoots a Thunder Arrow, causing 1000% attack power and lightning damage to the target. At the same time, it paralyzes the target for 7 seconds, consumes 400 mana, and has a cooldown time of 20 seconds. After Thunder Arrow reaches level 21, the damage caused is increased from 600% to 1000%, the paralysis time on the target is increased by 2 seconds, and the cooling time is reduced by 10 seconds, basically catching up with level 1 Shadowless Arrow damage. However, Thunder Arrow is lightning damage and can also cause paralysis to the target. Its focus is different from Shadowless Arrow. When faced with Super Mist Body, a passive skill that is very troublesome for physical professions, Thunder Arrow can cause 3 times the damage, but Shadowless Arrow can only cause 10% of the damage. Different skills have different miraculous effects in different scenarios. The more professionals master different types of skills, the more competent they will be in facing different scenarios. Arrow of Darkness. Call out. A golden arrow, with wisps of black energy attached to it, rushed towards the Lord of the Mist. At the same time, a golden arrow with flames followed closely behind. Boom! The exploding arrow exploded the moment it came into contact with the Lord of the Mist, and a huge explosion sounded. Lord of the Mist, the health of nearby ordinary monsters is in danger in an instant. Keep wailing under the burning flames. Little bug, I'm going to tear you apart. The Lord of the Mist was instantly furious under this sudden attack and let out an unpleasant howl. Waves of mist enveloped all nearby monsters. Wrapped in the mist, the health of all monsters continued to recover, and then continued to decrease due to burning damage. It's all over. Yi Chen looked at the furious Lord of the Mist below and raised the corners of his mouth slightly. Shadow Escape. Thunder Arrow. The thunder in Yi Chen's hand kept flashing. After charging for a second, an arrow flashing with the power of thunder shot out of the air. With the blessing of the power of thunder, the speed of arrows is as fast as lightning. Boom! The health bars of the Lord of the Mist and the 3 Mist Guards were instantly cleared and they fell to the ground. At this moment, Lord of the Mist suffered more than 20 million damage. Even if its health volume was several times higher, it would not be able to withstand such horrific damage. Log. Successfully surpassed level 5 and killed the level 40 Mist Guard, gaining 360 million experience points extra level 5 with an additional 200% experience bonus. Log. Successfully surpassed level 5 and killed the level 40 Mist Lord, gaining 1.2 billion experience points extra level 5 with an additional 200% experience bonus. After killing Lord of the Mist, Yi Chen stood quietly in the air, waiting for the copy to be settled. After a few seconds, all the monsters were emptied of their health bars by the burning damage of explosive arrow, and the settlement notification of the copy followed closely. Byte. Congratulations on successfully clearing the gold level copy, Forest of Mist. The clearance time is 2 minutes and 25 seconds. Duration rating. SSS. Personal rating. SSS. Comprehensive score. SSS. Rewards for completing the dungeon will be automatically distributed later. Looking at the comprehensive evaluation of the dungeon, Yi Chen was not surprised at all. The clearance time is 2 minutes and 25 seconds, which is just okay. You should be able to get a lot of good things. Yi Chen thought secretly in his heart. Before conquering the copy of Misty Forest, Yi Chen had already checked the relevant information. Misty Forest, the fastest historical clearance record for the Abyss difficulty is 20 minutes and 52 seconds, which was set 30 years ago by an elite team led by the God of Fire. It is said that in addition to the legendary professional magic god Flame God, there are also 2 hidden professional mages who are not weaker than the legendary professions in the team. The 3 extremely powerful violent mages cooperated with each other to win this dungeon clearance record in 20 minutes and 52 seconds. It also shortened the maximum historical record of the Misty Forest copy from the original 35 minutes to 20 minutes. Since then, no team has been able to break this record for 30 years. Until today, Yi Chen finally broke the historical record of Misty Forest Dungeon Abyss difficulty again. And it was not simply broken, but directly shortened to 3 minutes, becoming a mountain that could no longer be climbed. Buzz. Just when Yi Chen was sighing, the dungeon reward arrived as promised. A treasure box emitting colorful light appeared in front of Yi Chen. Misty Forest Dungeon Treasure Box SSS. Introduction. The best treasure chest can only be obtained by comprehensively evaluating SSS. It can open up to SSS level precious treasures. Yi Chen looked at the SSS level dungeon treasure box in front of him, and some knowledge about the dungeon treasure box flashed in his mind. In the dungeon, equipment and various treasures will not be directly released after killing monsters, only the dungeon treasure chest will be rewarded after clearing the level. The higher the overall evaluation of the dungeon is, the higher the level of the dungeon treasure chest will be. At the same time, the difficulty of the copies is different, and the upper limit of the comprehensive evaluation is also different. For example, if you choose the normal difficulty, the upper limit of the comprehensive evaluation is B level. If you choose the elite difficulty, the upper limit of the comprehensive evaluation is A level. Only by choosing the Abyss difficulty can you unlock the SSS level dungeon treasure chest. Without hesitation, Yi Chen directly opened the dungeon treasure box. Bite. Congratulations on receiving the following rewards. S-level treasures. Stone of Agility, level 40 Shira Dagger, Dark Gold, level 40 Aurora Ring, Gold, level 40 Dream Necklace, Gold, Sky Thunder Technique, Bronze, level Skill Book, Earth Thorn Technique, Bronze, level Skill Book, level 40 Metal War Sickle, Silver, level 40 Special Alloy Spear, Silver, Black Iron Épée, Bronze, Black Iron Necklace, Bronze. In view of the excellent performance of the level breaker, breaking the record for the fastest level completion of the dungeon and triggering additional rewards. Reward 1. SSS Treasure Wind Gem. Reward 2. Control of S-level talent. Chapter 71. It seems that the rewards given by the dungeon are far inferior to those of the secret realm. Looking at the treasures that were opened from the dungeon treasure chest, Yi Chen couldn't help but frown slightly. But he was relieved immediately. After all, secret realms are one-time use, and dungeons can be cleared repeatedly. This determines that the rewards of dungeons are far inferior to those of secret realms. The secret realm is equivalent to giving out all the rewards at once, while the dungeon is a long-term flow, slowly rewarding. However, the energy of the copy is also limited, but it will continue to recover. Generally speaking, under the control of the school, it can basically be maintained for a long time. However, compared to other people who cleared the dungeon, Yi Chen's gains were quite substantial. There is not only an S-level treasure, but also a dark gold level equipment, 2 gold level equipment, and several bronze and silver level equipment. Coupled with the 2 skill books, you can also sell a lot of credits. Of course, this is only the basic reward. If you include the reward that breaks the historical record, it cannot be measured in terms of value. Yi Chen checked the properties of the Wind Gemstone. Gem of Wind. Quality. SSS. Introduction. Gemstones containing a large number of wind rules can speed up the understanding of wind rules. The rules of the wind. Yi Chen looked at the wind gem thoughtfully. Through yesterday's supplementary knowledge of high-level professionals, Yi Chen knew that after being promoted to a gold professional, he must understand the power of rules in order to be promoted to a diamond professional. The power of rules can be added to skills, greatly increasing the power of skills. After becoming diamond professionals, professionals can even create their own skills through the power of rules. Of course, it is very difficult to comprehend the power of rules, and countless people are stuck at this bottleneck and have been unable to break through to diamond level. Only by understanding the power of rules can one become truly strong. The lifespan of an average professional is about 100 years, but once one understands the power of the rules and is promoted to a diamond professional, his lifespan will reach 500 years. It can be said that only those who understand the power of rules can be considered a true professional. Only those who have completely separated from the ordinary world can be considered a true entry on the road of professionals. Yi Chen carefully put the wind gem into his backpack, and then checked the talent light group representing control of power. Control of power S level. Your control of power is greatly enhanced. Each point of power can increase your attack power by an additional 50%. After seeing the attributes of control of power, Yi Chen's eyes widened instantly. For a bronze level professional, 1 point of strength attribute can increase the attack power by 4 points, and an additional 50% increase in attack power is 2 points. And as the professional level increases, this bonus will become more and more terrifying. Currently, Yi Chen's strength attribute is as high as tens of thousands, which means he can directly increase his attack power by more than 20,000 points. Taking into account the bonus of Arrow of God, Yi Chen's final attack power directly breaks through the 100,000 mark. It was so terrifying. Yi Chen quickly held the gifted light group that represented control of power in his hand, activated his mental power, and a white light flashed past, blending into the center of Yi Chen's eyebrows. Yi Chen clearly felt that his control over power had increased again, and the corners of his mouth could not help but rise slightly. After putting all the rewards into his backpack, Yi Chen activated the teleportation stone and appeared in the dungeon hall again. Look, isn't that Yi Chen? He came out in less than 3 minutes. Normal, if you don't come out early for a gold level copy of the Abyss difficulty, you will die in it. Oh, I hope Yi Chen won't be too hard hit. The gold level dungeon of Abyss difficulty is not for people to grind alone. I hope he can recognize this fact as soon as possible and stop being blindly impulsive. I swelled up. I thought I was invincible. Now I know the sky is too high. Oh, it's a waste of a copy ticket. This is not the way to waste a lot of credits. After coming out of the Misty Forest dungeon, Yi Chen went straight to the Dark Cave dungeon door. Yi Chen placed his palm on the recess of the dungeon door. Beep. Identity verification passed. Copy qualification verification passed. Please select the difficulty of the copy. Abyss difficulty. Buzz. A ray of white light fell from the sky, shrouding Yi Chen in it. Swish. Yi Chen's figure disappeared into the dungeon hall again. Why did he go to the dark cave in the Abyss difficulty again? Yi Chen is not going crazy. Hurry up and see that the highest historical record of Misty Forest Abyss difficulty has been updated. The record has been refreshed. It couldn't be Yi Chen who cleared the level, right? Brother, what are you thinking about? How could Yi Chen have such ability? Misty Forest is a nightmare for physical professions. Generally, only mages will choose this dungeon. Brother, are you reading the wrong dungeon? The highest historical record of the Abyss difficulty of the Misty Forest dungeon has not changed for 30 years. Led by Master Yanshin, it almost reached within 20 minutes, directly it improved by more than 10 minutes, and no one has been able to break this historical record since then. It's true, come here and take a look. Soon, more and more people came to the dungeon rankings to check the dungeon results. And this look, everyone was petrified, their eyes widened, they couldn't believe what they saw, and they even began to wonder if there was something wrong with the dungeon rankings. The fastest clearance record of the Mistful Forest Abyss. First place, Yi Chen's team. Team member, Yi Chen. Clearance time, 2 minutes and 25 seconds. See this record. Everyone fell into silence. 2 minutes and 25 seconds. Isn't this a clearance record on normal difficulty? Everyone rubbed their eyes, widened their eyes, and looked at it seriously and carefully again. Then there was another burst of boiling. It's true, Yi Chen alone passed the Misty Forest Dungeon Abyss difficulty. And it only took 2 minutes and 25 seconds. Is this really a human being? A physics profession, Clearing Misty Forest Dungeon Abyss difficulty within 3 minutes. Who can tell me what is going on in this world? Did he use forbidden magic again? Doesn't Yi Chen only have a few days to live? This is the most outrageous thing I have ever encountered in my life. No one. I seriously suspect that there is something wrong with the dungeon ranking list. Hurry up and ask the teacher to come and check it out. I think there is something wrong with the dungeon. Maybe the monsters in the Abyss difficulty have been weakened to the point where they are not even as good as those in the normal difficulty. Hey, I'm going to try it. In less than a minute, an embarrassed figure appeared in the dungeon hall. It was the brother who was going to try just now. Brothers, I almost hung up in there. As soon as I entered, a bunch of monsters with similar attributes to the boss surrounded me, and I was so scared that I quickly teleported out. Brother, I really admire your courage. You really live a long life. Since there is no problem with the dungeon, then Yi Chen just entered the dark cave dungeon again. It wouldn't be. No way, is he going to break the record for all level 35 dungeons today? It's too scary. Even the mythical powerhouse is far inferior to this level. Lu Ming, who was standing in the crowd at this time, also had black eyes. He couldn't believe that Yi Chen was so terrifying. Originally, he had made an appointment with his teammates to download the dungeon together and try to catch up with Yi Chen as soon as possible. But seeing the scene in front of him, he began to doubt whether he could catch up with Yi Chen in his lifetime. How can there be mourning when there is singing? Copy. Dark Cave. Grade. Gold grade. Level 35. Difficulty. Abyss. Level limit. Level 30 to 40. Number of people limited. 1 to 10 people. Introduction. There are countless monsters hidden in the dark caves deep underground. They appear and disappear in the darkness, and any outsider will be severely torn apart by their sharp claws. Bite. You have entered the gold level copy, Dark Cave. Current copy difficulty, Abyss. Team size, 1 person. After a slight feeling of dizziness, Yi Chen came to the dark cave instance. The visibility in the cave is very low, only some unknown plants on the rock wall emit a faint fluorescence. Fortunately, Yi Chen has the A-level talent, Eye of Truth, so he is not affected at all even in such a harsh environment. Let's get started. After confirming the surrounding environment, Yi Chen held the ancient demon bow and attacked the monsters in the distance. Boo-hoo-hoo. Golden arrows continued to pierce the darkness, and monsters fell one after another. Log. Successfully surpassed level 5 and killed a level 40 cave spider, gaining 12 million experience points extra level 5 with an additional 200% experience bonus. Log. Successfully surpassed level 5 and killed the level 40 shadow bat, gaining 12 million experience points extra level 5 with an additional 200% experience bonus. Log. Successfully surpassed level 5 and killed the level 40 armored demon corpse, gaining 12 million experience points extra level 5 with an additional 200% experience bonus. Yi Chen swept all the way, and all the monsters could not hold up Yi Chen's 3 arrows. Soon, Yi Chen came to the final boss. With a thought in Yi Chen's mind, the shadowless arrow began to upgrade. Log. Shadowless arrow has been upgraded successfully. The current level is 2. Log. Shadowless arrow has been upgraded successfully. The current level is 3. Log. Shadowless arrow has been upgraded successfully. The current level is 31. After spending more than 500 million experience points, Shadowless Arrow successfully rose to level 31. At this time, there are still more than 7.5 billion experience points in the Experience Orb. Shadowless Arrow level 31 active skill. After charging for 2 seconds, it shoots a powerful arrow, causing 1600% attack power damage to the target. The arrow will travel through space and hit the target directly, consuming 500 mana and cooling down. Time 45 seconds. After Shadowless Arrow reaches level 31, the attack power and damage are directly increased by 600%, and the skill cooldown is also reduced by 15 seconds. Immediately afterwards, Yi Chen began to increase the skill level of Shadow Escape. Log. Shadow Escape upgraded successfully. Current level is 2. Log. Shadow Escape upgraded successfully. Current level is 3. Log. Shadow Escape upgraded successfully. Current level is 31. After spending more than 500 million experience points again, Shadow Escape was successfully upgraded to level 31. Shadow Escape Level 31 Active Skill, leaving a shadow clone in place for 8 seconds. You can ignore obstacles and teleport to any location within a radius of agility. The first attack can cause an additional 250% damage and remove the invisibility state. It consumes 800 mana points and has a cooldown time of 45 seconds. After Shadow Escape reaches level 31, the duration of the shadow clone is increased by 3 seconds, the skill cooldown is reduced by 15 seconds, and the teleportation radius is increased from the agility value x1 to the agility value x4, which enhances Yi Chen's escape ability again. What's more important is that the damage caused by the first attack has been increased from 100% to 250%, which further enhances Yi Chen's instantaneous burst ability. Let me test my skills on you. Yi Chen looked at the Shadow Spider King in front of him with a smile on his lips. Shadow Escape. Shadowless Arrow. Yi Chen opened the long bow, and the golden arrows condensed. 2 seconds later, a golden arrow penetrated the space and instantly shot into the head of Shadow Spider King. Boom! Shadow Spider King's huge body collapsed. Log. Successfully surpassed level 5 and killed the level 40 Shadow Spider King, gaining 1.2 billion experience points extra level 5 with an additional 200% experience bonus. Even without the blessing of the Dark Arrow, it can still cause a huge amount of damage exceeding 20 million in an instant. Yi Chen nodded, very satisfied with the damage he caused. Boom! Then Yi Chen shot out an explosive arrow and all the monsters instantly lost half of their health points. Then Yi Chen turned his attention to the 3 elite monsters. Super multiple arrows. Boo hoo hoo. In less than a second, 3 elite monsters fell down one after another. Log. Successfully surpassed level 5 and killed the level 40 Shadow Guard, gaining 360 million experience points extra level 5 with an additional 200% experience bonus. Log. Successfully surpassed level 5 and killed the level 40 Armored Guard, gaining 360 million experience points extra level 5 with an additional 200% experience bonus. After a while, all the remaining ordinary monsters were burned to death. Log. Successfully killed a level 40 Cave Spider after reaching level 5, and gained 12 million experience points and extra 200% experience bonus for reaching level 5. Log. Successfully surpassed level 5 and killed the level 40 Shadow Bat, gaining 12 million experience points extra level 5 with an additional 200% experience bonus. Bite. Congratulations on successfully clearing the gold level copy, Dark Cave. The clearance time is 1 minute and 17 seconds. Duration rating, SSS. Personal rating, SSS. Comprehensive score, SSS. Rewards for completing the dungeon will be automatically distributed later. Yes, the speed has improved this time. Yi Chen was not surprised. This time it was still an SSS level comprehensive evaluation, but he was still very satisfied when he saw that the clearance time was half less than last time. Buzz. A treasure box emitting colorful light appeared in front of Yi Chen. Dark Cave Dungeon Treasure Chest SSS. Introduction. The best treasure chest can only be obtained by comprehensively evaluating SSS. It can open up to SSS level precious treasures. Yi Chen did not open the dungeon treasure box directly, but directly put the dungeon treasure box into his backpack, preparing to open it with other dungeon treasure boxes when the time comes. Then use the teleportation stone to appear in the dungeon hall again. Yi Chen did not stop after appearing in the dungeon hall, and went straight to the dungeon gate of Broken Snow Mountain. Swish! A burst of white light flashed, and Yi Chen disappeared into the dungeon hall again, entering the Shattered Snow Mountain dungeon of Abyss difficulty. At this moment, the copy hall was boiling again. In less than 2 minutes, Yi Chen appeared in the dungeon hall again, and then entered the Shattered Snow Mountain dungeon of Abyss difficulty. Seeing Yi Chen's actions, everyone is confused. What is going on? Did you clear the Dark Cave instance in less than 2 minutes? Everyone quickly checked the dungeon rankings of Dark Cave. The fastest clearance record of Dark Cave Abyss. First place, Yi Chen's team. Team member, Yi Chen. Clearance time, 1 minute and 17 seconds. See this copy clearance record. Everyone was petrified again. It just took me 2 minutes and 25 seconds to clear the Misty Forest dungeon of Abyss difficulty, and now it only takes 1 minute and 17 seconds to clear the gold level dungeon Dark Cave of also Abyss difficulty. This is too outrageous. This is very unscientific. Also very unprofessional. You need to know the Dark Cave dungeon of Abyss difficulty. Before this, the fastest clearance time was 25 minutes and 55 seconds, but now it can be cleared in 1 minute and 17 seconds. Everyone wondered if they didn't check the calendar when they went out today, and they encountered such an outrageous thing. How can I catch up with Yi Chen? At this time, Lu Ming, who was standing in the corner, had begun to shut himself up. From being confident at the beginning to doubting his life now, Lu Ming suspected that Yi Chen was sent by God to punish him. I met such a strong opponent when I just started my professional career. Do you think Yi Chen can pass the Shattered Snow Mountain dungeon of Abyss difficulty so quickly? I feel very suspenseful. There is even a possibility of failure. Shattered Snow Mountain is different from other dungeons. Shattered Snow Mountain, as soon as you enter, you will directly face all the monsters and boss. You will not be given a chance to breathe at all. It is scary to think about being besieged by so many powerful monsters. I believe in Yi Chen. He has created too many miracles. Facing so many monsters at the same time, it is too difficult to fight alone. Without reliable front row and support, so many monsters will be unable to withstand the attack in one round. It is said that Yi Chen has flying skills. He can keep kiting in the air and slowly kill those monsters. It's useless. Many monsters in the Shattered Snow Mountain dungeon have long-range attack skills. Unless they can attack at an altitude of several thousand meters, this is obviously impossible. All the students were talking a lot. Although Yi Chen has created miracles, most people still have no hope in him clearing the Shattered Snow Mountain copy of the Abyss difficulty. Copy. Shattered Snow Mountain. Grade. Gold grade. Level. Level 35. Difficulty. Abyss. Level limit. Level 30 to 40. Number of people limited. 1 to 10 people. Introduction. This is a broken corner of the ancient snow mountains. Countless ice and snow monsters live here. They are a united tribe. Once outsiders invade, they will come out in full force and collect the enemy's heads. Bite. You have entered the gold level copy, Shattered Snow Mountain. Current copy difficulty, Abyss. Team size, 1 person. After a slight feeling of dizziness, Yi Chen came to the Shattered Snow Mountain copy. Before Yi Chen had time to observe the surrounding environment, he discovered that hundreds of monsters were rushing towards him not far away. Wings of God, God's shield. The huge holy wings spread out, and Yi Chen flew into the air, pulling away from him. God's strengthening. Explosive arrow. Boom. A huge explosion sounded among the monsters. However, the damage caused by explosive arrow was almost reduced by half, probably because the ancient snow mountains suppressed the fire element. Yi Chen shook his head and didn't take it to heart. Super multiple arrows. Boo hoo hoo. Countless golden arrows continued to shoot downwards. Log. Successfully surpassed level 5 and killed the level 40 ice spider, gaining 12 million experience points extra level 5 with an additional 200% experience bonus. Log. Successfully surpassed level 5 and killed the level 40 frost stone giant, gaining 12 million experience points extra level 5 with an additional 200% experience bonus. Log. Successfully surpassed level 5 and killed the level 40 ice tiger, gaining 12 million experience points extra level 5 with an additional 200% experience bonus. The mobs rushing at the front kept falling, and Yi Chen finally saw the boss. A stone giant more than 10 meters tall and covered in frost appeared in front of Yi Chen. Shadow escape. Shadowless arrow. Without hesitation, Yi Chen directly launched his strongest single target combo. Boom. Shadowless arrow directly hit the chest of Frost Stone Giant King, instantly causing more than 20 million damage. With one blow, Frost Stone Giant King's health bar was completely emptied and he fell to the ground. Log. Successfully surpassed level 5 and killed the level 40 Frost Stone Giant King, gaining 1.2 billion experience points extra level 5 with an additional 200% experience bonus. After the Frost Stone Giant King fell, all the monsters seemed to become more violent. Frost spears shot towards Yi Chen. Facing the rain of frost spears, Yi Chen turned a blind eye, his eyes even filled with disdain. The frost spear exploded on Yi Chen's shield, posing no threat to Yi Chen at all. Boo-hoo-hoo. The arrows in Yi Chen's hand continued, firing like a gatling with golden light. Log. Successfully surpassed level 5 and killed the level 40 Frost Stone Giant leader, gaining 360 million experience points extra level 5 with an additional 200% experience bonus. Log. Successfully surpassed level 5 and killed the level 40 Ice Wolf, gaining 12 million experience points extra level 5 with an additional 200% experience bonus. Byte. Congratulations on successfully clearing the gold level dungeon, Shattered Snow Mountain. The clearance time is 28 seconds. Duration rating SSS. Personal rating SSS. Comprehensive score SSS. Rewards for completing the dungeon will be automatically distributed later. Yes, I like this kind of dungeon where I don't have to look for monsters. I can directly deal with all the monsters at once. How comfortable it is. Yi Chen couldn't help but feel happy when he saw how long it took to clear the level. The mechanism of Shattered Snow Mountain is really suitable for quick brushing. He solved all the monsters in less than 30 seconds. Yi Chen decided to use all the remaining 17 gold level tickets to complete the Shattered Snow Mountain dungeon. This dungeon was simply a perfect place for leveling up. You can get almost 5.5 billion experience points by clearing the level once, and all 17 gold level dungeon tickets have been cleared, which means Yi Chen can get more than 90 billion experience points. And it won't take more than 10 minutes, which is simply terrifying. Buzz. A treasure box emitting colorful light appeared in front of Yi Chen. Shattered Snow Mountain Dungeon Treasure Box SSS. Introduction. The best treasure chest can only be obtained by comprehensively evaluating SSS. It can open up to SSS level precious treasures. Yi Chen put the dungeon treasure box into his backpack, then activated the teleportation stone and appeared in the dungeon hall again. Immediately afterwards, swish, a burst of white light flashed, Yi Chen disappeared into the dungeon hall, and entered the Shattered Snow Mountain dungeon of abyss difficulty again. Am I reading that right? Just now Yi Chen came out of the Shattered Snow Mountain instance and then went in again. Hurry up and check out the dungeon rankings of Shattered Snow Mountain. A lot of people quickly checked the dungeon rankings of Shattered Snow Mountain. Fastest clearance record of Shattered Snow Mountain Abyss. First place, Yi Chen's team. Team member, Yi Chen. Clearance time, 28 seconds. I'm dying. Is this a record that a human being can set? 28 seconds. What the hell is this? Shortened directly from 28 minutes and 31 seconds to 28 seconds, this can't be the reincarnation of the true God. This is too perverted. Is this the rhythm that the more difficult the dungeon is, the shorter the time to clear it? Is there no upper limit to Yi Chen's strength? He can always achieve results beyond imagination. I suspect that he has obtained the inheritance of the true God. It's possible. If you have obtained the inheritance of the true God and have such strength, it would be understandable. Brother, you don't really believe that Yi Chen has the inheritance of the true God, do you? The true God is a high-altitude God. How can he pay attention to a little ant? Incredible, incredible. Office of the Dean of Combat Academy. There was a rapid knock on the door, and then Su Yu's secretary entered the office. Dean Su, Yi Chen is so terrifying, he directly broke the historical record of 3 level 35 gold level dungeons. Su Yu looked down at the document and said, with his strength, isn't it normal to break the historical records of several gold level dungeons? Is there anything to make a fuss about? No, he cleared the gold level dungeon of abyss difficulty by himself and compressed the time to less than 3 minutes. Su Yu's secretary said hurriedly. Su Yu, who was looking down at the documents, instantly raised his head and looked at the secretary in front of him with a look of disbelief. I wonder if she is out of her mind to be able to say such outrageous things. Are you sure you're right? Is it a gold level copy of the abyss difficulty? Or is it a single brush? Su Yu asked with a frown. Yes, many students have seen it. After hearing the answer from the secretary in front of him, Su Yu quickly opened the backend system of Gouda University and checked the copy rankings. Fastest clearance time of Mist Forest Abyss 2 minutes and 25 seconds. Fastest clearance time of Dark Cave Abyss 1 minute and 17 seconds. Fastest clearance time of Shattered Snow Mountain Abyss 28 seconds. Looking at the dungeon results in front of him, Suyu fell into deep contemplation. Could it be that he hasn't woken up yet? Obviously, what the secretary said within 3 minutes was an understatement. The Abyss difficulty Shattered Snow Mountain copy was beaten within 30 seconds. Is this still something humans do? Even the reincarnation of a true god is not so terrifying. No, I have to inform the principal about this. Yi Chen's talent has exceeded everyone's imagination. Shattered Snow Mountain is in the copy. Yi Chen once again put the dungeon treasure box into his backpack. At this time, Yi Chen looked at the more than 30 billion experience points in the experience orb and prepared to upgrade his skill level. Otherwise, after finishing the remaining 14 copies of Shattered Snow Mountain, the experience value in experience orb will definitely overflow. Log. Intermediate Archer Mastery upgrade successfully. Current level is 31. Log. Intermediate Archer Mastery upgrade successfully. Current level 32. Log. Intermediate Archer Mastery upgrade successfully. The current level is 100. After spending more than 26 billion experience points, Intermediate Archer was directly upgraded from level 30 to level 100. Intermediate Archer Mastery level 100 passive skill. Improves all attributes by 1000 points and 100% of movement speed, attack speed and critical hit rate, and increases arrow range and flight speed by 100%. Yi Chen couldn't help but smile as he looked at the attributes of the level 100 Intermediate Archer Mastery. Compared with the Intermediate Archer Mastery at level 30, all attributes have increased a lot. Especially the 100% critical hit rate. As long as the monster does not have anti-crit properties, it can directly deal double damage every time, which is simply terrifying. After upgrading his skills, Yi Chen activated the teleportation stone and appeared in the dungeon hall again. But soon Yi Chen came to the Shattered Snow Mountain copy again. Soon all the remaining 14 Shattered Snow Mountains were cleared, and it only took less than 5 minutes. After Yi Chen's attack speed and critical hit rate reached 100%, his painting efficiency increased again, directly setting the record for the fastest clearance of Shattered Snow Mountain to 12 seconds. However, since each person can only receive the reward of breaking the historical record once per dungeon, we only updated the data of the dungeon rankings, which can only be said to be better than nothing. Looking at the more than 80 billion experience points in the experience orb, Yi Chen decided to go back and think carefully before upgrading his skills. Since professionals can only get rewards for breaking the historical record of dungeons 3 times at each level, Yi Chen has no idea of continuing to clear other dungeons. He left the dungeon hall with Shadow Escape, then opened Wings of God and flew to Villa No. 001 in Qinglong Mountain. Everyone in the dungeon hall watched Yi Chen's shadow clone gradually disappear, and then they realized that Yi Chen had left here. Then there was another burst of boiling. I'm really witnessing history. I cleared 20 gold level dungeons of Abyss difficulty in less than 10 minutes. I believe this achievement is not only unprecedented, but also unprecedented. Single clearing the Abyss difficulty, Shattered Snow Mountain, in 12 seconds, this is probably a result that even the reincarnation of a true god cannot achieve. Being in the same era as him is our luck, but it is also our misfortune. We are witnessing the growth of a true god seed. I believe Yi Chen's future achievements will far exceed everyone's imagination. I'm convinced. Yi Chen will be my idol for life from now on. No one understands Yi Chen better than me. He is definitely the reincarnation of the true god. Qinglong Mountain, Villa number 001. At this time, Yi Chen was sitting on the sofa, thinking about how to use the more than 80 billion experience points in the experience orb. The Arrow of God skill can condense energy arrows, which is equivalent to a piece of arrow equipment. It can be used in both normal attacks and skills. It is my core skill and has the highest priority. Yi Chen made up his mind and began to upgrade the Arrow of God skill. Log. God's arrow has been upgraded successfully. The current level is 72. Log. God's arrow has been upgraded successfully. The current level is 73. Log. The Arrow of God has been upgraded successfully. The current level is 121. After spending more than 40 billion experience points, Yi Chen's Arrow of God was directly upgraded from level 71 to level 121. Arrows of God level 121 active skill, energy arrows condensed by magic power, consuming 1 mana. Energy arrows have 130% attack power. Energy arrows can be directly added to the total attack power as equipment. Arrow of God has increased its attack power by 50% after reaching level 121. Yi Chen's current basic attack power is as high as 70,000, which means it has increased its attack power by more than 35,000. At this time, Yi Chen's total attack power was as high as 160,000. Even a diamond professional did not have such terrifying attack power. Of course, diamond professionals have the bonus of the power of rules, and the damage caused is much higher than Yi Chen. But when Yi Chen also masters the power of rules, he may even be able to fight at the king level. After upgrading Arrow of God, Yi Chen upgraded all skills below level 51 to level 51. Generally speaking, most skills will improve by leaps and bounds after reaching level 51. After upgrading all skills, there were less than 10 billion experience points left in the experience orb. Yi Chen decided to save the remaining experience points for emergencies. Then Yi Chen took out 19 dungeon treasure boxes that exuded colorful light from his backpack. 2 of them are SSS level dungeon treasure chests containing historical record-breaking excessive rewards, and the rest are ordinary SSS level dungeon treasure chests. First, Yi Chen opened the Dark Cave Dungeon Treasure Box SSS. Byte. Congratulations on receiving the following rewards. S-level Treasure Power Gem, level 40 Sky Ring Dark Gold, level 40 Evil Proof Great Sword Gold, level 40 Judgment Staff Gold, Damage Halo Silver, level Skill Book, level 40 Iron Blooded Battle Axe Silver, level 40 Special Alloy Sickle Silver, Black Iron Cross Bronze, War Blade Sword Bronze. In view of the excellent performance of the level breaker, breaking the record for the fastest level completion of the dungeon and triggering additional rewards. Reward 1. SSS Treasure Power Gem. Reward 2. Control of S-level Talent Body. Then Yi Chen opened the Shattered Snow Mountain Dungeon Treasure Box SSS containing excessive rewards. Byte. Congratulations on receiving the following rewards. S-level Treasure Essence of Life. Level 40 Hellfire Staff Dark Gold, level 40 Xuanyu Spear Gold, level 40 Redemption Gloves Gold, Thunder Prison Silver, level Skill Book, level 40 Bloodthirsty Melon Silver, level 40 Cold Moon Necklace Silver, Breastplate of Ice Bronze, Knight's Long Sword Bronze. In view of the excellent performance of the level breaker, breaking the record for the fastest level completion of the dungeon and triggering additional rewards. Reward 1. SSS Treasure Immortal Gem Fragment. Reward 2. S-level Talent Unyielding Power. Finally, Yi Chen opened the remaining 17 ordinary, Shattered Snow Mountain Dungeon Treasure Box SSS at once. All kinds of equipment and treasures piled up in front of Yi Chen, and Yi Chen quickly counted the harvest. There are 19 S-level treasures in total. 19 pieces of dark gold level equipment, 38 pieces of gold level equipment, and a total of 152 pieces of various silver and bronze level equipment. 7 silver level skill books and 24 bronze level skill books. 2 SSS level treasures, and 2 S level talents. Yi Chen couldn't wait to check the properties of the 2 SSS level treasures. Gem of Power. Quality. SSS. Introduction. Gemstones containing a large number of rules of power can speed up the understanding of the rules of power. Immortal Gem Fragment. Quality. SSS. Introduction. Gem fragments containing immortal power, from which a small amount of immortal power can be extracted. Looking at the 2 SSS level treasures in front of him, Yi Chen frowned. Gem of Power can speed up the understanding of the rules of power. It is similar to Gem of Wind. Yi Chen has no doubts about this. But this immortal gem fragment can extract a small amount of immortal power from it, which confused Yi Chen very much. Even after supplementing his knowledge of high-level professionals yesterday, Yi Chen still had no idea what this immortal power was. This immortal power may involve the king level, or even the myth level. Yi Chen secretly thought to himself, put the 2 SSS level treasures into his backpack, and decided to ask Dean Suyu face to face what this immortal power was when he had the opportunity later. Later, Yi Chen looked at the innate light group representing control of the body. Physical control S level, your control over your physical body is greatly enhanced. Each point of physical fitness can increase your health and physical defense by an additional 50%. After seeing the attributes of body control, Yi Chen showed an expected expression. After all, the name was very similar to power control. Yi Chen held the gifted light group representing control of the body in the palm of his hand, activated his mental power, and a white light flashed past, instantly blending into the center of his eyebrows. Yi Chen clearly felt that his control over his physique had strengthened again, and his health and physical defense had improved significantly. Immediately afterwards, Yi Chen looked at the innate light group that represented unyielding power. Indomitable strength S level. When receiving fatal damage, you will be immune to the damage and gain invincibility for 5 seconds. At the same time, you will recover 20% of your maximum health every second. Cooling time, 12 hours. After seeing the attributes of unyielding power, Yi Chen was extremely happy. It turns out to be an extremely powerful life-saving talent. When receiving fatal damage, not only can you be immune to the damage, but you can also gain invincibility for 5 seconds. You must know that being invincible for a full 5 seconds can completely reverse the situation of the battle, and the health value can be restored to full again after the invincibility ends. It is simply a must-have skill at home. Moreover, this talent can be triggered every 12 hours, which enhances Yi Chen's life-saving ability to an epic level. Without hesitation, Yi Chen quickly activated the talent of unyielding power. A white light flashed through, and Yi Chen successfully mastered this talent. After mastering 2 S-level talents, Yi Chen put other equipment, skills and treasures into his backpack. Yi Chen took a few glances and found that he could use some equipment and skills, but the current level was not enough. Now he still has 2 level 35 gold level secret realm summoning stones and a level 40 master level secret realm summoning stone. Yi Chen plans to directly upgrade to level 50 after completing these 3 secret realms and receive the silver professional promotion task. After being promoted to a silver professional, he will immediately upgrade his level to level 70 and receive the gold professional promotion task. Once he is promoted to a gold professional, the 10,000-fold amplification system will activate new functions. Only then will he truly be able to protect himself. After Yi Chen prepared to be promoted to a gold professional, after mastering all the high-level professional knowledge that he lacked at Gouda University, he went to the border battlefield to practice. He wanted to see the world of real professionals. The border battlefield is where all powerful professionals live for a long time. The minimum requirement for entering the border battlefield is to be a silver professional. However, silver professionals can only join the army and cannot move freely outside. Only when you become a gold professional can you choose to join some special organizations. Many special organizations operate alone, which is very suitable for Yi Chen. Thinking that a huge world would unfold before his eyes, Yi Chen was full of fighting spirit. Golden professionals are not far away. Yi Chen looked at the scenery outside the window with firm eyes and murmured. Half an hour later, Yi Chen appeared in the living room of the villa again. Just after counting all the dungeon harvests, Yi Chen immediately used 2 level 35 gold level secret realm summoning stones. On average, it only takes more than 10 minutes to clear each secret realm. In addition to Yi Chen's output ability being greatly improved, there is also the reason why Wings of God has greatly increased its movement speed after it reaches level 51. Wings of God level 51 active skill. Use the power of God to condense a pair of God's wings on your body, giving yourself the ability to fly, while increasing your movement speed by 300%, continuously consuming 5 mana points per second, and the cooling time is 15 seconds. After Wings of God was upgraded to level 51, his movement speed was directly increased by 300%, making Yi Chen's movement speed per second reach a quite terrifying level. Unless you are a diamond-level professional who has understood the rules of wind, you will simply not be able to catch up with Yi Chen's movement speed. Of course, Yi Chen also undoubtedly won the SSS level comprehensive evaluation of these 2 secret realms. Yi Chen just briefly checked the rewards of the secret realm, then put them in his backpack, preparing to check them carefully after clearing the last level 40 master level secret realm. The gold level secret realm only has 8 times the experience bonus, which is not as good as the gold level copy of the abyss difficulty. However, after clearing the 2 secret realms, Yi Chen gained more than 20 billion experience points. At this time, Yi Chen's experience orb contained more than 30 billion experience points, and Yi Chen planned to save it to upgrade his Halo skills after he was promoted to silver professional. Then Yi Chen took out the level 40 master level secret realm summoning stone that exploded from Abyss Demon Bruno. Mental stimulation. A white space vortex as tall as a person appeared in front of Yi Chen. Yi Chen stepped directly into it and instantly disappeared into the living room of the villa. At the same time, the spatial vortex gradually shrank until it disappeared. Feeling slightly dizzy, Yi Chen woke up instantly. As the strength increases, the discomfort caused by space teleportation becomes weaker and weaker. Yi Chen looked at the surrounding environment. The whole world is dark, and everywhere you look, there are vast white snowfields and numerous icebergs. A biting cold wind kept whistling by. Bite. Log. Entering the Abyss Shard Secret Realm, the task panel has been updated, please check the task panel for details. After receiving the log prompt, Yi Chen quickly opened the task panel and found that a detailed introduction to the secret realm appeared on it. Caitlin's Land of Ice and Snow. Level. Master Level. Level 40. Requirements for clearance. Kill the Lord of the Secret Realm, Ice Lord Katrine, current progress is 0/1. Introduction. These are the fragments of the first layer of the Abyss. After the first layer of the Abyss is completely broken, this land of ice and snow floats in the endless void, waiting to return to the Abyss world one day. Seeing the secret realm information updated on the mission panel, Yi Chen was thoughtful. As expected of Abyss Demon Bruno, the secret realm summoning stone exploded from his body is actually another fragment of the first layer of the Abyss. According to Yi Chen's understanding, secret realms are fragments of the real world. After clearing out the master of the secret realm, the will of the world can plunder the world origin of the secret realm and continuously strengthen itself. At the same time, the will of the world will also give different rewards based on the evaluation of the passers. It can be said that the most secret realm around the Blue Star world is the Abyss Fragment Secret Realm, but at the same time, the Abyss Fragment Secret Realm is also the most difficult. Basically, very few people can clear these secret realms. But for Yi Chen, the Abyss Fragment's secret realm was purely for giving away benefits. Wings of God. Yi Chen held the ancient demon's bow in his hand, decisively activated the Wings of God, and continued to fly into the air. After Wings of God reached level 51 and his own attributes were enhanced, Yi Chen could stay hundreds of meters in the air. Looking down at the ice and snow world below, Yi Chen quickly discovered the traces of the monster. God's Shield. Yi Chen first activated the God's Shield. After the God's Shield reached level 51, its attributes also improved significantly. Shield of God level 51 active skill. Use the power of God to condense a layer of shield on the body, which can withstand damage of power. With Yi Chen's current strength attribute reaching 12,000, Shield of God can provide Yi Chen with a high shield value of over 800,000. In this level 40 master level secret realm, even the final boss cannot break the shield value at once, which greatly enhances Yi Chen's safety. Looking at the attributes of the monster below, Yi Chen was a little surprised. Frost Demon Dog Enhanced. Grade. Ordinary. Level. 50. HP. 1 million. Attack power. 25,887. Physical defense. 10,261. Magic defense. 10,115. Skills. Ice Thorn, Ice Shield, Blizzard, Ice Explosion. Introduction. The most common monster in the ice and snow realm, the gregarious monster, once targeted, it will definitely fight to the death. A level 40 secret realm is actually a level 50 monster. Yi Chen looked at the monster's attributes and was quite surprised. But then I thought about it, this secret realm can be entered by up to 20 people at the same time. And after professionals reach level 40, many of them have complete equipment and skills. It is normal for an elite team of 20 professionals to face level 50 monsters. But since the monster level is so high, I will first raise the level to level 45. Yi Chen secretly thought to himself, as long as the level is 5 levels lower than the monster, he can enjoy the full 200% additional experience reward. It can be said to be quite cost-effective. Log. Upgrade successful. Current level is 36. Log. Upgrade successful. Current level is 37. Log. Upgrade successful. Current level is 45. With just over 10 million experience points, Yi Chen's level was raised to level 45. Compared to the more than 30 billion experiences in the experience orb, this is simply a drop in the bucket. After reaching level 45, some level 40 equipment previously harvested in the gold level dungeon can be worn. Soon, most of Yi Chen's equipment was completely new, and his strength was greatly improved. Finally, Yi Chen took out 2 equipment upgrade coupons, 2 streams of light flashed, and the level of the ancient demonic bow was instantly raised to level 45. Ancient demonic bow, myth. Part. Weapon. Level. 45. Strength plus 2511. After upgrading the ancient demon bow, the golden arrows condensed in Yi Chen's hand. Boo hoo hoo. Currently, Yi Chen's critical hit rate is as high as 100%, and each arrow can cause more than 1 million damage. Every time a golden arrow falls, it means that a frost demon dog has lost its life. The log keeps refreshing. Log. Successfully surpassed level 5 and killed the level 50 frost demon dog, gaining 9.6 million experience points extra level 5 with an additional 200% experience bonus. Log. Successfully surpassed level 5 and killed the level 50 frost demon dog, gaining 9.6 million experience points extra level 5 with an additional 200% experience bonus. Looking at the experience points provided by Frost Demon Dog, Yi Chen showed a smile. The Master Level Secret Realm has 16 times the experience, and each Frost Demon Dog can provide up to 9.6 million experience points. Based on the number of monsters in the Master Level Secret Realm, this wave can gain at least more than 20 billion experience points. After Yi Chen cleaned up the monsters below, he continued flying forward. Soon the second wave of monsters appeared in front of Yi Chen. Frost Eagle Enhanced. Grade. Ordinary. Level. 50. HP. 1.05 million. Attack Power. 28,887. Physical Defense. 10,572. Magic Defense. 1029. Skills. Eagle Strike, Wing Slash, Group Ice Cone, Ice Blade. Introduction. The Air Overlord of the Ice and Snow Domain, a gregarious monster, has absolute airspace awareness, and will show no mercy to intruders. Super Multiple Arrows. Call out. 15 golden streams of light rushed past, and 15 frost giant eagles were instantly killed and fell from the sky one after another. Log. Successfully surpassed level 5 and killed the level 50 frost giant eagle, gaining 9.6 million experience points extra level 5 with an additional 200% experience bonus. Log. Successfully surpassed level 5 and killed the level 50 frost giant eagle, gaining 9.6 million experience points extra level 5 with an additional 200% experience bonus. Looking at the properties of Super Multiple Arrows, Yi Chen nodded with satisfaction. The Super Multi-Arrow after reaching level 51 is much more powerful than it was at level 31. Super Multi-Arrow level 51 active skill, shoots 15 arrows at once, causing 200% attack power damage to one or more targets, and reducing the target's movement speed by 60%, lasting 8 seconds, and recovering 60 damage at the same time. Percent of health, consumes 300 mana, and has a cooldown time of 5 seconds. Both the number of arrows and the damage have been greatly improved, especially the number of arrows, which has increased several times. Boo hoo hoo. Yi Chen's current attack speed can shoot more than 20 arrows per second. The golden arrows that kept galloping out were like a giant net, intertwining with each other and shooting towards the frozen giant eagle ahead. The group ice cone technique released by Frozen Eagle also kept coming towards Yi Chen. Yi Chen turned a blind eye and allowed the huge ice cone to rush toward him without any intention of dodging. Bang bang bang. The huge ice cones shattered after hitting the shield outside Yi Chen's body, and the damage caused was not even as much as the shield value added by Yi Chen in 1 second. In less than 3 seconds, there was no more Frost Eagle in the sky. The ice and snow below were littered with the corpses of giant frost eagles, and there were steaming blood everywhere that could not be frozen for a long time. Without stopping, Yi Chen continued to fly forward. No monster wherever he went could withstand the power of Yi Chen's arrow. Even if he encountered an elite monster, he would have to die with hatred under Yi Chen's arrows. 10 minutes later, Yi Chen came to a huge snow mountain. There is a luxurious ice and snow palace under the snow-capped mountains. Yi Chen kept attacking the ice and snow palace. The entire ice and snow palace kept shaking and walls kept collapsing. Monsters kept pouring out of the palace, and soon Yi Chen saw the final boss of this secret realm, Caitlin, the Lord of Ice. Ice Lord Katrine Enhanced. Grade. Ancient Grade. Level. 50. HP. 15.25 million. Attack Power. 215,571. Physical Defense. 85,102. Magic Defense. 105578. Skills. Ice Roar, Extremely Cold Ice Soul, Frozen Frost Star, Ice Seal, Frozen Tomb. Introduction. The absolute master of the ice and snow realm, she masters the extremely powerful power of frost. All enemies will become ice sculptures collected by her. The moment Ice Lord Katrine appeared, Yi Chen directly activated Shadow Escape. The attributes of Shadow Escape have been greatly improved after reaching level 51. Not only does the teleportation radius reach agility by 10 meters, but the additional damage of the first attack after becoming invisible also reaches a terrifying 500%. Shadowless Arrow. Yi Chen hid in the void, and drew the long bow in his hand to full capacity. 2 seconds later, a golden arrow appeared in front of Ice Lord Katrine. Ice Lord Katrine, who still didn't know what happened, fell instantly. Log. Successfully surpassed level 5 and killed the level 50 Ice Lord Katrine, gaining 3.84 billion experience points extra level 5 with an additional 200% experience bonus. After reaching level 51, the damage of Shadowless Arrow is so terrifying that it is unbelievable. Arrows with up to 2,500% attack power damage instantly caused more than 30 million damage to Ice Lord Katrine. The damage value of Shadow Escape that followed was even more terrifying, directly 5 times the damage of Shadowless Arrow. In other words, at this moment, Yi Chen directly caused more than 200 million damage with one arrow. Even if Ice Lord Katrine had 10 more lives, she couldn't resist Yi Chen's arrow. After Ice Lord Katrine died, the 2 guards around her who commanded the boss looked confused for a moment. I don't know why their immediate superior received the lunchbox in just such a moment. Roar. The 2 guard bosses roared and became furious instantly. Puff puff. Arrows from super multiple arrows came one after another, and there was a constant sound of arrows hitting flesh and blood. Boom. The sound of 2 corpses falling to the ground was heard. Log. Successfully surpassed level 5 and killed the level 50 Ice Knight Commander, gaining 960 million experience points extra level 5 with an additional 200% experience bonus. Log. Successfully surpassed level 5 and killed the level 50 Ice Mage Leader, gaining 960 million experience points extra level 5 with an additional 200% experience bonus. The 2 guards who commanded the boss were only a second late and received the lunchbox along with their superiors. Boo hoo hoo. Arrows kept coming from the sky, and soon all the monsters fell to the ground. Yi Chen landed smoothly from the air and picked up the equipment, treasures, and skill books that were shining with various lights on the ground. Then put them all into the backpack. Bite. The prompt for settlement of the secret realm came as scheduled, and the log scrolled like crazy. Congratulations on successfully clearing the master level secret realm, Katrine's Ice and Snow Realm. The clearance time is 12 minutes and 47 seconds. Duration rating. SSS. Personal rating. SSS. Comprehensive score. SSS. Secret realm clearance rewards will be automatically distributed later. Byte. Log. Secret realm clearance rewards have been distributed. After receiving the notification of the secret realm clearance rewards, Yi Chen quickly checked the log panel. Fearless Warrior. Congratulations on successfully clearing the master level secret realm, Katrine's Ice and Snow Realm. The following are personal exclusive rewards for clearing the secret realm. Reward 1. S-level treasure Ice Essence X5. Reward 2. S-level treasure Windgrass X3. Reward 3. S-level treasure Tianjin Stone X3. In view of the outstanding performance of the level breaker, additional rewards will be triggered. Reward 4. S-level talent Rapid Control. Reward 5. SSS level treasure Heart of Frost. There's actually another S-level talent. Yi Chen looked at the reward records on the log panel and couldn't help but be a little surprised. There was no reward talent when he cleared the master level secret realm, Skeleton Lord's Kingdom of the Undead before, including the 2 gold level secret realms just now, which also had no reward talents. Unexpectedly, an S-level talent was awarded this time. Yi Chen quickly checked the talent light group representing Extreme Speed Control. Extreme Speed Control S-level, naturally mastering the power of extreme speed, which can increase your own attack speed and movement speed by an additional 100%. After seeing the attribute of Extreme Speed Control, Yi Chen was extremely happy. In the later stage, the attack speed and movement speed provided by the agility attribute can be said to be pitiful. Even if the agility value is increased by 100 points, it may not be able to compare with the 1% attack speed bonus. However, Extreme Speed Control can increase the attack speed by an additional 100%, which is undoubtedly a huge improvement for Yi Chen. Without hesitation, Yi Chen activated the talent light group representing Extreme Speed Control and instantly mastered this powerful talent. Yi Chen could feel that his attack speed had been greatly improved. He could originally attack more than 20 times per second, but now he had reached a terrifying 30 times. Even with ordinary attacks, it can cause tens of millions of damage every second. This kind of output efficiency is beyond the reach of even the professional kings. Of course, this is only for low-level monsters. If faced with high-level monsters that have the power of rules, Yi Chen's attacks will be greatly reduced, and he may even be unable to break through the defense. After all, mastering the rules and not having the power to master the rules are completely different worlds. Then Yi Chen checked the attributes of Heart of Frost. Heart of Frost. Quality. SSS. Introduction. Gemstones containing a large number of ice rules can speed up the understanding of ice rules. It turns out to be another treasure that can speed up the understanding of the rules. Yi Chen couldn't help but be surprised. It seemed that the SSS level treasures he had obtained recently were all of this type. Could it be that these treasures are easily found in dungeons and secret realms of this level? Yi Chen shook his head and shook off the doubts in his mind. Put Heart of Frost and other treasures into your backpack. Then, he stepped into the space vortex in front of him and disappeared into this cold and windy world of ice and snow. Qinglong Mountain, Villa Number 001. Yi Chen appeared in the villa living room again. Log. Upgrade successful. Current level is 46. Log. Upgrade successful. Current level is 47. Log. Upgrade successful. Current level is 50. After returning from the secret realm, Yi Chen directly raised his level to level 50. At this time, the experience orb still had more than 55 billion experience points. After the upgrade, Yi Chen lay down on the sofa and his whole body relaxed instantly. In less than an hour, Yi Chen cleared 20 gold-level dungeons of Abyss difficulty, 2 gold-level secret realms, and 1 master-level secret realm. Even if there is no physical discomfort, mental fatigue is inevitable. At this time, Yi Chen was ready to take stock of his gains today. The spiritual power seeped into the backpack, and there were all kinds of equipment and treasures in front of him. Yi Chen began to sort them one by one, putting the ones he needed on one side and the ones he didn't need on the other side. 10 minutes later, the entire backpack became orderly. There are 4 SSS level treasures, namely Gem of Wind, Gem of Power, Immortal Gem Fragment, and Heart of Frost. There are a total of 48 S-level treasures, including Equipment Upgrade Coupon, Power Gem X6, Essence of Life X3, Physique Gem X4, Spirit Gem X4. In addition to the equipment already worn on his body, there are 21 pieces of dark gold level equipment, 52 pieces of gold level equipment, and 197 pieces of various bronze and silver level equipment. Most of them are level 40 equipment, and there are also a few level 50 equipment, as well as equipment eliminated from Yi Chen. 9 silver level skill books and 29 bronze level skill books. Among them, there are 3 silver level skill books that Yi Chen can use, namely Attack Aura, Damage Aura, and Movement Speed Aura. As for the bronze level skills, they are basically from other professions, or skills that Yi Chen has already learned. Finally, there are some materials collected from monsters, or various resources collected in dungeons and secret realms, but the quantity is not large. After Yi Chen sorted out all the items he had obtained since his awakening, he then checked the attributes of some unfamiliar treasures. Essence of Ice. Quality. S. Introduction. It can be used by blacksmiths to create various types of equipment, giving the equipment the power of ice, causing various special effects such as slowing down and freezing the attack target, and can even greatly enhance ice damage. Heavenly Stone. Quality. S. Introduction. It can be used by blacksmiths to create various types of equipment, making the equipment stronger and less likely to be damaged. Looking at the properties of Essence of Ice and Heavenly Gold Stone, Yi Chen discovered an interesting question. That is, S-level treasures must be made by a blacksmith before they can be integrated into equipment. Since they are made by humans, there is bound to be a chance of failure. However, the SSS-level treasures Yi Chen obtained before can be automatically integrated into equipment after being stimulated by spiritual power. They do not require the intervention of a blacksmith at all. It seems that the equipment forging is completed directly by the rules of heaven and earth. Then Yi Chen put this problem behind him and started looking at other treasures. Blast Grass. Quality. S. Introduction. The natural spiritual grass with the power of the wind can be taken directly, or it can be mixed with auxiliary materials to prepare potions, which can improve the agility attributes of professionals. Essence of Life. Quality. S. Introduction. The essence contains a large amount of life force. It can be taken directly, or it can be mixed with auxiliary materials to prepare potions, which can restore the hidden injuries in the body of professionals. It seems that we have to find the pharmacist to mix the potion again. Yi Chen looked at the attributes of Wind Grass and Essence of Life and murmured. The attributes of Wind Grass are very easy to understand. After mixing the potion, the agility attribute can be increased. But Essence of Life, the hidden injury in the recovery professional's body, is very interesting. You must know that for diamond professionals, once they are traumatized by the power of rules, they cannot simply rely on life potions to recover. The power of rules in the body must be wiped out before complete recovery can be achieved. The power of some rules is like gangrene attached to the bones, which is difficult to remove and may cause the professional's strength to continue to decline. At this time, the Essence of Life is very useful. It can directly restore the hidden wounds in the body and eliminate the power of rules hidden in the body. Otherwise, you can only ask a priest who has mastered the power of rules to treat you continuously and slowly remove the power of rules hidden in your body. After checking the properties of these treasures, Yi Chen checked his equipment again. Except for Time Guardian Necklace and Ancient Demonic Bow, other equipment has undergone major changes. As for why the Time Guardian Necklace has not been replaced, it is because its characteristics and equipment skills are so good. Equipment characteristics can withstand a fatal damage. Equipping a skill resets all skills with a skill cooldown less than 6 hours. No matter which one is the best attribute, Yi Chen is going to directly use the equipment upgrade coupon to upgrade the Time Guard Necklace to level 50. Yi Chen took out 8 equipment upgrade coupons from his backpack. 8 streams of light flashed, and the 2 pieces of equipment, Time Guardian Necklace and Ancient Demonic Bow, were both upgraded to level 50. Ancient Demonic Bow Myth. Part. Weapon. Level 50. Strength plus 2876. Time Guardian Necklace Dark Gold. Part. Necklace. Level 50. Strength plus 1412. Then Yi Chen took out 3 more power gems and integrated them into the Time Guardian Necklace. In less than 3 seconds, Yi Chen's power increased by thousands of points again. Yi Chen couldn't wait to open the properties panel and check it out. Name: Yi Chen. Occupation: Marksman. Level: LV 50. Attributes: Strength 27,920, Constitution 5,282, Agility 3,994, Spirit 3,100. Attack power: 195,440. Health value: 596,120. Mana value: 124,000. Physical defense: 43,766. Magic defense: 34,120. Attack speed: 32.4 times per second, 236% attack speed bonus. Moving speed: 344.1 meters per second, 285% movement speed bonus. Yi Chen looked at his attribute panel, filled with pride. With the addition of God's Arrow, Yi Chen's final attack power reached over 400,000, which even a diamond-level professional with a full set of dark gold level equipment could only put to shame. With an attack speed of more than 30 times per second, Yi Chen, who had a 100% critical hit, could suffer hundreds of millions of injuries per second. Control your emotions. Yi Chen instantly left the living room of the villa with Shadow Escape, then activated Wings of God and flew towards the resource library of Ancient Capital University. Next, he planned to sell some useless resources, exchange them for some useful resources, and then go to the promotion temple to receive the silver professional promotion task. After a while, Yi Chen arrived at the resource library of Gouda University. The resource library of Gouda University is very large and is shrouded by a huge god-level defense formation. In front of the entrance to the resource library, there is a trading hall, where students usually trade with the school. Equipment, materials, treasures, etc. obtained in the school copy or secret realm will automatically be marked with special marks. Only items with this logo can be sold to schools and exchanged for credits. This is also worried that students will use their family's strength to bring some items from the outside world to the school in exchange for credits. Then use the credits to exchange for some rare items that the outside world cannot buy at all. Most of the items on Yi Chen's body are dungeons and secret summoning stones from the school, and only a few of them are produced in Caitlin's Ice and Snow domain. However, there is also an official Dragon Kingdom exchange within the school. All these items that cannot be exchanged for credits can be sold to the exchange. Entering the trading hall, Yi Chen found an open window and walked over. "Hello, I want to sell equipment, skill books and some materials." Looking at the young lady working at the transaction window, Yi Chen said politely. "Okay, just take out what you want to sell and I'll verify it here." The young lady also smiled and answered very professionally. Yi Chen thought. Crash. Piles after piles of equipment, materials, and skill books appeared out of thin air, and then poured onto the table in front of them. After a while, the table was piled up like a mountain, and a lot of equipment fell on the ground. Looking at the various lights flashing above, the young lady was instantly confused. Dark gold level equipment, gold level equipment. The number is unbelievable. No. Sorry, we only accept items found in school copies or in secret realms. After seeing such high-grade equipment, the young lady couldn't believe that it was the equipment that Yi Chen had made in the school's dungeon and secret realm. She thought it was the equipment that Yi Chen obtained through his family. No problem, these are all printed from the school's dungeon and secret realm. You can check it with the instrument first. Yi Chen was not angry and said calmly. This. The young lady looked at Yi Chen suspiciously, but her good professionalism prevented her from continuing. Instead, he took out the testing equipment directly. Beep. Shira Dagger Level 40 Dark Gold Level Equipment was successfully verified, worth 21,552 credits. Beep. The Dark Fire Staff Level 40 Dark Gold Equipment was successfully verified, worth 20,117 credits. After successfully verifying several pieces of dark gold level equipment, the young lady's eyes gradually became incredible. They are all dark gold level equipment produced in school dungeons and secret realms. Is this person a monster? She has never handled so many dark gold level equipment in her life. How did the person in front of her obtain so many dark gold level equipment? Ah, then let me scan your ID badge. After verifying that there was no problem with the source of the dark gold level equipment, the young lady said to Yi Chen sheepishly. Normally, she should scan Yi Chen's identity badge first and then verify the source of the equipment. But who asked Yi Chen to take out such high-grade equipment at once made her immediately doubt the source of the equipment. Yi Chen nodded and indicated that she could scan. Beep. Identity authentication successful. Freshman Yi Chen. After confirming that the student in front of her was actually a freshman, the young lady's eyes instantly became dull. Freshman. Didn't he just enroll in school the day before yesterday? Can anyone tell her what's going on? A freshman who has been in school for less than 3 days can actually have so many high-grade equipment. Isn't this a robbery of the resource library? Soon, Yi Chen's pile of dark gold and gold-level equipment attracted the attention of other students in the trading hall. Where did this equipment come from? Our ancient capital university may not be able to produce so many dark gold-level equipment in a year. Brother, you are so ill-informed. Hurry up and take a look at the school forum. The posts about Yi Chen are almost going viral. He is Yi Chen, so handsome. You don't know yet, right? Yi Chen cleared 20 gold level dungeons of Abyss difficulty in less than 10 minutes this morning. He's nothing like a human being. You're not mistaken, 20 gold level dungeons of Abyss difficulty. It's less than 10 minutes. If you don't believe me, go to the forum and read it yourself. So many people have seen it, so it's still fake. There is no comparison between people. No wonder he has so many high-grade equipment. It's really outrageous. Everyone was talking about it. I am full of curiosity about the freshman student in front of me. Such a terrifying record is unique in the entire Dragon Kingdom, and even in the world. In 10 minutes, the staff member verified all the equipment, materials and skill books. Student Yi Chen, everything here is worth a total of 1,035,412 credits, and it has been distributed to your personal account. The young lady said politely to Yi Chen. Okay. Yi Chen opened his Gouda University app and checked it. Looking at the more than 1.85 million credits in his personal account, Yi Chen showed a smile. Yi Chen then went to the official exchange of Longguo outside Gouda University. Mainly selling some harvests from Caitlin's Ice and Snow Domain and equipment eliminated by Yi Chen. The 2 pieces of level 50 dark gold equipment leggings of the Blood Alliance and TNU Fengsheng boots harvested in Caitlin's Ice and Snow Realm have been worn by Yi Chen. So there are only some gold and silver level equipment left, as well as skill books and materials. All the items were sold for a huge 420 million Dragon Kingdom coins. Yi Chen then bought 10 Psycho Potions bronze level, spending 50 million Dragon Country coins. After taking it, Yi Chen's mental attributes improved again, and he finally took all 4 bronze level potions to the upper limit. Later, Yi Chen bought another silver level promotion orb which cost 200 million Dragon Country coins. It had to be said that it was really expensive. I don't know how many people reached level 50, but because they had no money to buy the silver level promotion orb, they were stuck here for several years before being promoted to silver professional. Yi Chen put the silver level promotion orb in his backpack and continued to browse the purchase module. Finally, he found that there was nothing he wanted to buy, so he left the Dragon Kingdom official exchange directly. Office of the Dean of Combat Academy. Originally, Yi Chen was going to the promotion temple to take over the silver professional promotion task. Unexpectedly, Dean Su Yu happened to come to him for something, so he changed direction and returned to ancient capital university. Yi Chen, I was indeed right about you. You have prepared such a big surprise for me just after you entered school. Su Yu looked at Yi Chen in front of him with a smile on his face and said. Performing normally, not reaching the limit. Yi Chen also smiled. Su Yu was suddenly choked by Yi Chen's words. He didn't know how to answer for a moment, so he quickly changed the subject and started talking about business. A new origin map has recently appeared on the border of the world. In the early stage, only professionals below the gold level can enter. The Emperor personally issued an order asking major universities to send talented students to conquer it. Logically speaking, junior students are usually sent there, but your strength far exceeds that of ordinary junior students, so I thought of you immediately. Under Su Yu's narration, Yi Chen gradually understood the importance of the strategy's origin map. Every once in a while, a new origin map will be created at the world's border. When the origin map is initially generated, no one is allowed to enter, and then levels will gradually be released, and in the end everyone can enter. Since the origin map has just been born, the monsters in it are all origin monsters. You can get more experience points after killing them. Among them, the most powerful group of Origin Warcraft is called the World Boss. After killing the World Boss, the luck of the human race can be enhanced, and of course it can also enhance the luck of the individual and the country. The stronger the luck of the human race and the country, the greater the probability that a strong person will emerge. The stronger a person's luck is, the easier it will be to understand the rules, obtain treasures, etc. In short, the more luck, the better. At the same time, Yi Chen also gradually understood that the world was not as simple as what he had learned in books before. Hundreds of years ago, the Destiny world was robbed of most of its origins by the invasion of the Abyss world. Finally, the Destiny world was randomly teleported to the vicinity of the Blue Star world. Due to the loss of most of the origin of the Destiny world, it was eventually forced to merge with the Blue Star world, and the world border as the junction of the two worlds. After the two worlds merged, the rules of the Blue Star world changed drastically. Countless monsters began to be born. At the same time, the native races of the Destiny world also began to invade the Blue Star world. Blue Star humans grew rapidly under the favor of the Blue Star world's will, and were soon able to compete with the native races of the Destiny world, and eventually drove them back to the Destiny world, while building a long line of defense at the world's border. Soon after, the Abyss world invaded again. Under pressure, all the races in the two worlds worked together to fight against the invasion of the Abyss world at the world border. It can be said that Blue Star world and Destiny world are both teammates and opponents. Once a new origin map appears on the world border, all races will go to kill the world boss and seize their luck. However, due to the restrictions of world rules, the number of places to enter the origin map is limited in the early stages of creation, so each major race can only send its own geniuses. At the same time, in order for all races to avoid heavy losses, a large number of geniuses died, unable to fight against the Abyss world. The will of the worlds on both sides will teleport the professional out when he is fatally injured, and will not allow him to re-enter until all world boss are killed. Of course, once all the world bosses are killed, the wills of both worlds will no longer pay attention to this place, leaving the professionals to fight. Then when will we set off for the border of the world? Yi Chen asked hurriedly after understanding the meaning of the origin map. Tomorrow at 3 o'clock in the afternoon, I will lead the students of Gouda University to directly use the school's teleportation array to go to the border of the world. After hearing Su Yu's reply, Yi Chen decided to complete the Silver Professional promotion task today. After he is promoted to Silver Professional, he will be more confident in conquering the world boss. By the way, your Jin potion has been prepared, and the 3 spiritual gemstones have been replaced with power gemstones. I will ask my secretary to send them over later. Su Yu suddenly remembered what Yi Chen had entrusted him to do before, and quickly sent a message to his secretary asking her to deliver the things quickly. Thank you, Dean Su, but I have some S-level treasures for preparing potions and some attribute gems that need to be replaced. Yi Chen looked at Su Yu and said sheepishly. Su Yu looked at Yi Chen and couldn't help but his eyes changed. Good guy, this S-level treasure is the same as Chinese cabbage. But I felt relieved when I thought that Yi Chen had just finished 20 gold level dungeons of Abyss difficulty. What the heck, it turns out that I went to purchase goods in the morning. I hope everyone will support it and subscribe more.